Microphone's going on, and good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for a 3-player playthrough. And then at the end of the video, we're going to review the game. We're going to have a round the table discussion and tell you what we think about it. Let us know if you can hear us and see us okay. Hopefully you can. And a few bits of admin before we start. First of all, Rob joining me. And
Hello.
Chris.
Evening.
You two haven't played before, but you have spent the last couple of days watching videos, reading the rules.
Yep.
So you probably know more than I do. I last played this at the end of January, and I can't remember anything other than it's Star Trek. Is that right?
Not in the set. Get out.
The Death Star. This is the Death Star, and we play our TARDIS.
These are our war fleets. We're going to build them up.
Excellent. So this is a game which came out in Eton last year. 12 months ago, not many people have heard of the designer. I'm sure his family had, but it was a fairly unknown designer.
Let's hit the facts here, not your.
And then came out with 3 games last year, one of which was SETI, which is a lot of people's #1 game of last year. It's very high on my top games of last year. I don't know exactly where. And this will be my 3rd play of it. But this is not a sponsored video, so I've not been paid any money to create this video tonight, and all of the advertising revenue goes to charity. So that means we can be open with our thoughts on the game. If we do make any mistakes as we're playing, for those people that are watching live, please point them out in the chat. If you're watching this video back afterwards and you see that we've made a mistake, probably a bit late to tell us. We won't be able to go back in time and fix it. But although this is not a sponsored video, CGE do support the channel and they are doing a giveaway. So somebody who is watching this video could win a copy of the game. Now, the expansion for this was recently announced on Wednesday. So there is going to be an expansion to this coming out this year. But you can't win that yet because it's not finished. But you could win a copy of the base game. To enter the contest, and you can't do it while we're live, well, you can sort of half do it. There is a link in the description of this video to a Google form. If you fill in that Google form, there'll be a few questions, some of which you will need to watch this video to find the answers to. But then, after the video is finished, you need to leave me a comment on the video. So you can't do that while it's live, but as soon as this video has finished, you can then go on and you can add a comment into the video. And that, combined with the form, you've got to do both of those things, and I'll do the draw. I'm doing the draw in about 3 weeks' time, so if you're watching this video back in a couple of weeks' time, you can still enter the contest. So good luck to everybody who enters the contest. And if you are one of my patron supporters, then you will get double entries into the contest. So this is the third live stream that I'm doing of about 9 in the next few days, and none of them are sponsored by the publishers. They are all funded through Patreon. So yeah, huge thank you to all of my patron supporters. And if you like the content that I create and you want to support me and help me carry on doing all of this stuff, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. And if you are a patron supporter, you do get double entries into the SETI contest. So good luck with that.
We're getting a bit of tinny noise according to the chat.
Well, I've got both microphones on. I haven't changed anything at all since the last 4 or 5 streams that I've done. So unless something's gone wrong with the microphones again, which can happen, let's just check. The plugins on, the noise suppression is on. Yeah, it all looks the same. So yeah, I don't know. I will check to see if it's gone back to webcam source, which would be really odd because I've literally done a stream this afternoon and everything was absolutely fine on that stream this afternoon. So bear with us a minute.
Never underestimate the ability of your IT to decide to go, well, hey.
So I'm going to turn this on to, which one is it? Actually? Webcam, Logitech, webcam.
So we'll play a mini game now with the chat of what do we think is wrong with the tech and see who wins a prize.
Yeah, okay, so it's set to defaults. Global settings, default microphone is Zoom H6. And Zoom H6 is on. Yeah, I mean, for all I know, this afternoon's stream might have been bad, but nobody said anything this afternoon. So, yeah, there you go. Has anything changed?
That's better.
Okay. It's done it again. I have
it-
no idea why.
Turn it off, turn it on again. Give it
Yeah, that's really, really weird. So apologies for all of that stuff that I said at the start, but hopefully you understood what I was saying. But
you can hear our dulcet tones.
as long as it was probably on this.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I've no idea why, because I literally did a stream a few hours ago, and it was all fine. So, no tutorial tonight. I have actually, in September last year, I did a tutorial and playthrough. So if you're watching this video and you think, oh, I really want to know how to play the game, then CGE did their own how to play video, but I did a tutorial and playthrough last year. That will get you started if you want to watch that. We're just gonna play,
Cool.
and see how we go on. So we've done the setup.
So we have one last thing to do with setup, which
I've done mine.
Yep. So I'm gonna. So I've got my starting resources. I'm gonna choose to put this card underneath. So that gives me +1 power income, and I get an immediate +1 power bonus token, please.
Right.
You go. Oh, I can actually get hold of it, and
Yeah.
I've touched one that gives me another card. So
There we are. So that's
Right.
our income from turn 2.
Before we do start, though, let's go through these.
Yep.
What are they called?
So these are the
End game
the
scoring
end game,
cards.
the
No?
golden end game scoring cards. So
Yeah, scoring cards are scoring cards.
yeah, so
They are.
end game conditions or
Appendix.
so then
Gold scoring tiles.
Yeah.
Okay, so this first one
Yep.
is score points for each set of 3 cards that you have tucked for income.
Ah,
okay.
So for each set of cards that you have tucked,
Yep.
not counting your starting one, you get either 11, 8 or 5.
Yep.
The next one is each sector with a paired orbiter or lander. So each sector win. Each sector win. Is that a typo? I don't know.
each sector win. Each
Each
sector,
sector
win.
win. On this side, score points for each sector win paired. Yeah, I think that might be a typo. This is the first printing of the rule book. That'd be an odd typo. Win paired an orbiter or lander. I think that should. Is that a typo?
It does
Yeah,
not
maybe
quite
it is.
sounding right.
Doesn't sound right. This means total
Oh, hang on,
wins.
it's-
Oh no, it is. Each sector win. Sector win.
Oh,
So it is correct.
Ah, sorry, yes. As in
CG don't have typos in
So,
there.
sorry, what would
So
we
when
say?
you win a
That's when
sector,
you're,
yeah, you put it there.
you put it there. So
It
it's
shows
each
you all the
sector
one-
win
Yep.
that is paired with an orbiter or lander.
That
Right.
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So but you can have additional wins here. So we could clear that one, win it again, because you means you. It's not just the first person that wins.
Oh, any of the wins.
First person gets a bonus.
Yes.
But then you've won a sector if you've got one of your tokens above,
Okay.
either there or along there.
So a sector win, which is one of those paired with an orbiter or lander.
Every
Right.
pair of techs,
Every pair of techs.
regardless of type.
Yeah, so if you've got 5 techs, that's 2 pairs. And then
And
the last
for
one,
each completed mission card, but so triggerables, which are the ones that have the multiple ones, only work if they've completed all of them.
both conditional and triggered missions count. So for each mission you have completed.
Yep. So,
Okay.
So we'll make sure we keep, for this one, make sure we keep completed missions off to one side, just as a track to show that we've
To
completed.
show that you've done them.
Yep. And
Okay.
for these ones, we have to have completed all 3 individual sections in order to it to count.
Okay. Other than that, I think we're
Get on.
good to go.
Crack straight on.
So what do we do? You choose an action. Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 actions available, one of which is pass.
Yep.
And then you've got 3 actions, which is placing data into your computer, completing a mission.
No, it's analysing data. Placing the data is 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Also, the 3 actions.
3 actions.
Yeah.
Placing data, completing a mission, discarding a card from your hand to get the top left effect, buying movement points with energy to move your probes around, buying a card which is 3 publicity, or exchanging 2 for 1 resources. Okay, so they're all the 3 actions. We have tucked a card for income, so I have chosen a credit card, which means I get an extra credit.
I chose power, so I get an extra power.
And Chris has chosen a card.
So between the 3 of us, we've got a full set. We can work
Yeah,
together and claim this as one.
Competitive game.
Teamwork. We're all trying to do the same thing, just some of us are trying to do it better than others.
And the game comes with 5 different alien races. There will be more in the expansion. We've picked 2 of them at random, so
Well, the plot now.
we don't know what they are. What aliens?
We know it's out there, yeah.
Yeah, SETI, the real life game where we spend decades and decades and we get nothing.
Doing nothing, yeah.
Right, off you go, Chris. What do you fancy doing?
Haha, make a decision.
Yeah. Well, there's 8 different
Just
actions.
not
Would
doing-
you like a D8?
Well,
Yeah, no.
you
Oh,
can't,
look, I'm
yeah,
passing.
you can't do research tech because you haven't got 6.
There you go, 7
but,
options.
you don't want to pass.
6 options.
You can't
Like,
orbit
just-
or land.
5
It
options.
really is down to
Can I just-
scan, launch a probe, or play a card.
Oh,
Just
analyze
launch.
data you can't do. So we're down to
Yeah.
4 options.
Let's just launch a probe.
Okay.
Yeah, always good.
So it's this
That
action,
seems
so 2
fairly
credits,
easy enough. Yeah.
and you put a probe on Earth.
Because apparently that's where we are. You want to believe mainstream science.
Yeah. But it's round, which is clearly wrong.
Yeah. Everyone knows the planet is banana shaped.
And you're only allowed to have 1 probe at the
Yeah,
time,
Time
at the
until
moment.
you've done some research.
Okay.
There we go.
Right.
So credits is for playing the cards.
Credits, but-
These all cost credits to play.
Playing the cards, launching the probes
Yeah.
are the 2 key things, and orbiting a probe as well. Right. I think that could be quite interesting. So, I shall spend 1 of my credits to play Cornell University. It doesn't have a major effect. What it now allows me to do is every time, for 3 times, when I play,
Yeah. These can go off camera. We don't need.
That's
We
fine.
don't need them.
you can assume I've got a load of
Got a
stuff.
load of stuff.
When I take a free action by discarding a card from hand to gain a bonus resource,
Mhm.
I gain an additional bonus resource at that time.
Right. And when all 3 are done, the mission is complete.
Which is complete.
But there's no extra bonus for completing the mission other than this. Is that right?
That's right. That's worth points, and I'm going to get basically 3 additional
Yeah.
resources.
So if you're not playing with this, you'd
That's
probably put those cards off to one side.
I think the other side, it still has some sort of.
Oh, okay.
Both of them have some sort of mission card unique effect.
Okay.
Then there's a free.
Oh, is a free. Oh,
As a free action, I'm going to
these player aids are great.
discard a card from my hand to gain 1
Publicity.
which moves me up 1 from 4 to 5. And because I've discarded a card from my hand with a free action and triggered publicity,
You get another publicity.
so that's 6 publicity for me, please.
Okay. So,
And then that's done, and it doesn't have a mission on it, so I can just stick it to one side.
so I've got a card that has a data icon on. Does that just mean I get some data and put it
You
in
take,
here?
you take it from.
Or put it in
Yeah,
here,
let's put it in the pool. There's a free
and you
action.
can move it to there.
over
Right.
to
Okay.
there, yeah.
That's what that does. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So it's 3 credits. I'm going to play the Lovell Telescope. I don't know where I'm going to put my cards. I'll tell you what. Let's put these here. Put my cards here. So I spend my 3 credits. So I get a data which goes in here, and then I also do a scan action. So a scan action costs. Does it cost, or do I do it for free?
Scan action just costs 2 because it shows you on there. It's 1 credit and 2 energy.
Yeah, but I'm doing it through the card. Again, we are going to be a little bit rough with this. If anybody knows the answer to these questions, let me know. But if I play a card that gives me the action, I suspect, based on the fact that it cost me 3 credits, I suspect I get to do the action for free and not pay for it again.
Card makes it free. Chat thinks.
Yeah.
Makes it free.
Card cost.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I've paid
Yeah.
the 3, and now I do what it says on there.
Makes sense.
So I do the scan action. So the scan action, by default, is I get to do 2 scans, one of which is from Earth, and the other of which is either yellow or red, based on the card there. So you might need to remind me how scanning works, unless it's on here. It's probably on here.
So scanning, you take for the Earth one.
Mhm.
You will take one of these discs
I'm scanning out from here,
From
from
here.
Earth. So I
You
take
take-
one of those discs and
and
put
you
it here.
replace it with one of
Oh,
yours.
yes. That's it.
And so now the second person to scan this sector will
get
get 2
2
VPs.
points.
And then when all 5 of these are gone, whoever has the most
Yeah.
ties breaking to the latest
Yeah.
gets
Yeah,
the place.
super reward.
Gets that reward.
The win.
Yeah, the win. And then whoever was second leaves a token in there, so they've
That's
got an advantage for the next time.
And now I'm also scanning either yellow or red. So yellow or red meaning there or there or there or there.
Yes, one of these 4 because
Right.
they're actually grouped up together quite nicely.
I know.
And again, the first placement less, but we know that this is going to rotate this way, so Earth will be pointing sort of towards these next.
Yeah. Sure, I'll take that one.
Okay, and then there's free actions later on. You can start putting them onto your computer. Once the computer's
It's
full,
full, you can then
Then you-
analyse the data.
yeah, which gets you one of the blue tags.
Yes. Okay, right. I think that's it. I played a card. I did the thing, and that is I've now got a mission to have 8 publicity.
Yep.
And if I do, I get that, and then I don't know how I mark that it's complete.
I think you just put it off to one side, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Or flip it,
Or flip it, or do something with it.
Yeah.
Thomas is in the chat, I believe. Hi, Thomas. Thank you for joining in. Designer's popped in to keep us honest.
Oh, cool.
So it's not a sponsored video, but Thomas did say he'd buy me a banana and Nutella pancake at Essen if I say nice things about the game.
Okay. What will you do to me if I say bad things about the game? How much are you going to pay here to? Okay, so I think that was your action, wasn't it, Paul?
That was my action. I played a card. Yeah.
Yes.
Back into me again.
So tucking a card for income, you can't just do as an action.
No,
It's something
whenever
that's
you see
something
that
else.
symbol, it's that little sort of
Ink-
three bar
yeah.
with the upward pointing black arrow.
So I'm going to spend 2 credits to play the Kelper Space Telescope,
We're all about universities and telescopes, aren't we?
which I think lets me move my probe 1 and then do 2 scans from where.
And you can always spend
One of
power
my
for free to
probes
move
is-
it further,
Yeah,
depending on where you want it. And they move orthogonally one space at a time.
yeah,
If you move into an asteroid field,
You blow up.
you have to play 2 to move out.
Oh.
yeah.
Again, unless you've got advanced tech,
You don't blow up.
2.
So I'm assuming it's better to try and get on planets, is it? Or does
I mean,
it
the idea is
really-
that you move your probe around
is there a
and
particular-
you go to planets and then you go into orbit. And the further it is away, the
Yeah.
more bonuses that you're going to get.
Yeah.
So that's 2.
And
'cause
like,
the one that
you either go into
is
orbit
it.
of the planet or you land on the planet. And landing is better.
Yeah, well, it's a good source of stuff.
Yeah.
Only one person can land on each moon.
And none of us can land on the moons yet.
Yeah, we need that. We need
'Cause
that,
we don't know how.
that moon research, that sweet moon tech.
Space Force
So-
is a computer. There you
I
go.
think I'll use the 1 to move to here, and then I'm going to spend a power as well to go to Venus.
Now, don't you get something for
He
landing
gets one publicity.
one publicity because you take a photo and
Yeah.
post it on
Cool. And then I
social media?
can do 2 scans in a sector with one of my probes,
From there.
which is going to have to be that one.
So
'cause
you
it's
get
the
those
only
two?
place there is.
Which means you get 2 points.
Yeah, because you were the second person to place one.
Nice. And then this one just goes away now, doesn't it? Yeah.
Done, discarded. Right.
Right. Over to me, and I'm going to spend my 6 publicity to do some
Jing.
research. And I think. What am I going to research? We shall research the twin probe tech.
Didn't I do a SETI video 7 months ago? Was it 7 months?
Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
September, yeah.
So why am I doing another one? I want to play it. These 2 wanted to play it.
Yep.
So we're playing it. There you go.
That's one.
And then I told CGE we were playing it. And they went, oh, we're announcing the expansion this week. And I was like, oh, right. So it is a coincidence that I'm playing it on the week that the expansion was announced. That was a coincidence.
I'm going to take this one. So, because I'm the first person to research double probes,
You get 2 points.
I get 2 points. And then I get 1 publicity.
So that's an
I spend-
immediate thing.
Yep. And I immediately launch a probe. And I can now have 2 probes in play
Right. And one's
at a
launched.
time.
Yep. Right. I now remember money's really tight.
Well, it's the sort of game where you technically have unlimited actions, but it's the resources
Yeah.
that are going to kill you.
Unlimited actions, like 2. So yeah. So these cards are quite expensive. And how do you get the cards there?
So, I don't really actually take them. I think the ones for here are for this, which is triggering.
And shouldn't it have gone when I used it?
Oh,
for-
yeah, which one is which? So you did red, didn't you?
I did one of the yellow ones. Oh no, I did the red one.
No, it was yellow. That was you.
I did yellow. Yeah.
So yeah, you should discard. You picked it, discard it, and a new one comes out to replace it.
Okay. So that's discarded, and a new one comes out.
You now scan.
And do they
black.
cycle at the end of the round? Maybe.
I was aware. I'm not sure if I saw the end of round. Everyone gets income. Past starting player. Move the rotational reminder token to the next stack of end round cards.
Yeah. Somebody will tell us in the chat how you get those cards. Yeah. Discard them when used. Okay. Good. Peter is saying rotate. What's the rotate, do you think? No, nobody's done this yet, have they?
When Rob researched, you do it looking at the symbology on the actions on the player age, because it's got 6 things and then that symbol.
Oh, it's here. Yeah, so when you research,
well, yeah,
that moves to there.
Yeah.
Which means we rotate yellow,
Where's
which
the symbol
is
for that?
there.
Oh, it's right there. It's on the board.
It's on the board.
It's on the action on the player age as well. It just kind of melts in a little bit.
That's yellow, isn't it? Yellow, then orange,
Yeah.
and then blue. Right, okay, got it. Thank you. Gary's saying card icon without question mark allows you to select a card from the offer. Right, okay, so the card icon, which doesn't have a question mark on it, means you can take... I knew there was a way of doing it. I just can't...
sense,
So like that one then.
yeah, let's just say draw a card.
Right, so me...
These ones here, in fact, all 3 of those.
Yeah,
research that you draw a card. Yes.
It feels like a terrible thing not to launch a probe, but I'm not going to launch a probe. I'm going to play the wow signal.
Wow.
So it costs 2 money. I gain a publicity, and I do double scan in the sector with Earth. So I do that one and that one, which gets me 2 points. Winning. Got all this data.
Yeah. Don't forget, maximum was 6 to be
Yes.
held at any one time. But now you've got it, you can get it out. So.
And then that's gone.
Hey, well. So if you're discarding a card for something, it's
a
what's
free
the
action.
top left.
Top left,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. So I'm going to discard that one to get a publicity.
Ding, ding, ding. You spending it?
Yes, I'm going to do a research attack.
I'll do this while you're doing
I
it.
feel like it's going to be the same. Although, no, I've got something else. Is it going to be worth making landing it cheaper? Yeah, let's go with that one.
So you get 2 points,
Yeah.
and you get 1 energy,
Energy.
and then it goes
Here?
there.
Yes.
So that has what, reduced the cost of landing
Yes.
from 3 down to 2.
Down
From
to,
2
down
to
to
2.
1 if there's an orbiter on the planet in orbit.
Okay, so it reduces the cost of landing by 1. Yeah, got it.
Okay, over to me.
Yes.
I'm going to spend 2 credits to play this card from hand, and this card is International Collaboration. Free research for a research that someone else has already researched.
Free.
But I do not advance the solar system, and I do not gain the bonus printed on the card.
Okay, so you take the tech tile, but you don't
All I
get...
to do is that. So yeah, thank you.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And yes, that Venus and Sahara. It's going to move next. Those 2. Whilst I'm at it, I'm going to discard this card from hand to gain bonus movement, which then gains me an additional bonus movement from that.
Okay. Where's the probe going?
Go 1, 2, which gets me a
Publicity. And you get to ram into Chris.
And I'm blue. You move green up. So I'm
Orange.
Orange, yeah. You swing by and say hi. Howdy ho, neighbour.
Oh, I need extra cards.
Right, over to you. Ooh.
Yeah, I've got no money. Skint. I got 5 data. 5 data is pretty good. It's we got the window open and it's bins out tonight. So if you hear any clattering, that's what it is. People are putting their bins out. Okay, so I want both of these, but I'm going to have to throw one of them away to get 6th data. So it's going to be this one. So I'm going to throw that away for a data. Now I've got 6 data. I'm going to use free actions. Place all of the data.
Does let you touch a card if you have one in hand.
And then for my actual action, we're going to analyze all of that data, which costs an energy. So I get all of this
I
stuff.
thought you got there. I thought you got them as you play them.
Do you get them as you play them?
It says, place data in your computer,
Okay, that's
gain
fine.
a reward to your data covers.
Okay. I mean, I'll do that. That means I've got 6, but I'm not going to spend the 6. Interestingly, I'm going to tuck that, which means I get what it says.
Yep.
Okay. Which is another energy. And then I've spent the energy and we're going to analyse the data. So now we remove them all. And I have found aliens. Is that right? Not quite. I get to place a trace on a blue thing.
Yep. So you play. Yep. So you place one of your markers on either.
So do I want 5 points or 3 points?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Difficult
If
decision,
that's the
isn't it?
5, that would suggest that. I guess we'll find out.
I mean-
that seems to be the more like.
5 points or 3 points? Why wouldn't you go for this one?
Yeah.
So I'll have 5 points.
And a.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one of them. That's it. So I've analysed that data and I've found a trace. Okay, done. When doing the drawing a card action, if it has the question mark, you draw from the deck. If it's just a number next to the card, you can choose to mark it or deck. Yeah, thank you very much, Donny. You may be watching a few minutes back because that question was from a few minutes ago. But and David has confirmed, yes, you do get the bonuses when you place the data on.
Yeah.
Right, great.
Okay, well, I think I'm now going to spend some energy to land my probe.
Ooh, so you can go into orbit or you can land.
Yes.
You going to land?
Yes.
2 energy,
Yeah. So if you land, you're going to get.
2 data.
Yep.
5 points.
I think you go to there because that's the first
Oh, yeah,
first landing bonus.
yeah,
So you get
okay.
2 data,
2 data.
5 points, and a yellow.
5 points for green. And you found a yellow, whatever they're called. Traces of alien life. Yes.
Guessing that's what's good.
Discovered by landing on planets.
5 points.
Another
of
5 points.
reputation.
And a publicity.
Publicity, that's what it's
Green.
called, yeah. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything free that I want to do just now, so.
Okay, over to me. I think I'm going to spend 2 power to swing round to Mercury.
So you're going to fly around to Mercury.
You've got us mixed up again,
Oh, yeah, I
Oops.
didn't realise you.
which gets me another publicity, and you've moved the green bar.
That's 'cause-
Yeah. So
Paint them bright red.
if only there was a pool of the colours in front of me,
Oh,
you could
yeah.
use as a reference.
Yeah.
Even on the screen with the colours this time.
I know.
That was 2 power to the extra swing, and I'm going to spend 2 power because I stole borrowed the technology from
yeah.
yourself.
So you're going to land on Mercury.
Landing on Mercury, so that
Always
gets
steal
me
stuff.
3 data.
3 data,
12 points.
12
Wow.
points, and a
And a yellow trace.
yellow trace, please.
So you want 3 points or 3
Okay.
points under publicity.
Take 3 points to publicity, please.
Yep.
Got the right one that time. And that's
Almost at 20.
Yep.
So we need to work out what happens when somebody hits
When we
20.
get there,
That one
we
comes
place
out.
that on one of them. Because it's another non-player agency.
It's
Yeah.
the other player.
You need to
Which I-
place a
yeah,
trace out as well
Yeah.
on the
I
board.
need
don't you?
three research, please. 3 research cubes.
3 data.
3 data from that. Yep. And I get a trace.
You found a trace of alien life on Venus, on Mercury.
Which is just me placing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is,
Well, it was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you put the points out.
so that's 3 points. And
Yep, did all that.
did you give him my one?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
2. Yep. So it was going there. I think, and that's me. Yep. Over to you, Paul.
So, can I do anything? I've got no credits. I've got no cards in hand. So I don't think there's anything I can do. So I pass.
Okay. So
So the first player to pass
you
rotates.
discard down to 4 cards. We'll take the solar system.
It's blue.
And then
Yeah.
you choose one from the stack of 4. You get to pick. So there should be 4 cards in there.
Yep.
One more than number of players.
And this goes into my hand,
You pick one. It goes into your
ready
hand.
for next time.
Ready for next.
And then you can be taking your turn.
Don't have any money. Don't have any power anything else doing that. So is there a hand limit? Is there only a hand limit of cards at the end?
correct. When you pass.
I'm just going to pass then, I think. As
Oh,
well.
I could have done something.
Oh yeah.
I could have done that,
Could,
but I didn't want to because I've got a mission to get to 8.
Yeah, you're going to get all the fame first and then use it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you put the rotate token on the next time. Yeah,
That's just
that works.
reminders, yeah.
I was going to keep it. So there's a lot of people watching the video who clearly know how to play this game, which is great. Where does this fall in your favourite games of last year? Just give us a number. Where does it sit? Is it your number 1 game of last year, or is it in your top 10, or whatever? Don't forget, the designer will buy you a banana and Nutella pancake if you say it's your favourite game of last year.
Right. I will also pass.
Oh, right. Okay, I don't feel so bad about passing what I thought was early.
Burned out at this point.
I don't have the right resources to do what I try and do, really.
Yeah, I see why these were 2 weren't your choices. Although, that could be interesting.
Number 1, top 4. Number 1, number 1, number 1, top 5. Number 3, top 5.
Yeah, I'll take.
Oh, you could have traded 2 energy. Yes, I could have done. Thank you, Gary. Forgot about that.
Two for one
So I
exchange.
could have traded 2 energy for a credit to be able to then do something. Yeah, I did forget about that. Top 3, yeah. Brian saying Galactic Cruise ahead of this, but Galactic Cruise wasn't 2024.
Take that one. I think that gets discarded because no one took it.
Is it technically this year?
It's this year.
Yeah.
Backer started getting it in January.
Right.
So those don't cycle at the end of the round. Everybody gets income.
Yep.
So end of round, everybody gets income.
Yeah. 3 credits. 3 power. And have a random card, please.
A random card.
Yeah,
I also
random
get a random
card,
card.
please.
2 random cards.
Cute.
I got 3 power. I got that. I got that. Yeah, but no. Right. Okay. Yeah, lots of people saying top 3. Yeah, years blur together. Yep. Pass the starting player token to the left.
Yep.
Oh, you can have the
Yep. Hooray. All of it.
Problem is, I've now only got 2
Two
cards.
Yep. And so realising that cards can be quite tight as well. Although you can always exchange 22 resources for a
That's
card.
true. I could buy a card with stuff.
So.
Oh,
I will. Will I? Yes, I will.
Conflicting good choices.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to spend 1 credit to play this card from hand. I can remove one of my probes from any planet.
Yep.
To bring him back. To gain 3 VP.
I was going to say, I had that card in hand. But I didn't. I had it when I picked them up and looked at it.
That was it.
That's why it's hand. You're atmospherically landing, even though there's no atmosphere, on Mercury. So you destroy it. Oh, no, it's got to be a lander.
Oh, no, sorry. Satellite.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a
my
satellite.
mistake,
It's got to
my
be. It's
mistake,
got. So
mistake.
yeah,
Read the card, Rob. It's been a long day.
it's got to be a satellite.
Yes, it clearly states the satellite symbol right there in front of me. I'm doing good today. Right. In that case, we will go for. I'm going to spend. So I'm not going to spend a card with. I'm going to spend 2 credits to deploy another lander on Earth.
I mean, I really should be doing that myself, but... So I'm going to discard this card for 1 publicity, which gives me 8. Huzzah! So I have done this. So I get 3 points and a card. Now that doesn't have a question mark in it, which means if I wanted to...
Could take one of them.
So if I take this one, which says if you have at least 8 publicity... Oh, that one. Thank you. I just spotted it.
Seems good.
Sounds reasonable.
Done.
Okay.
I will tell you at the end of this video where this sits in my top 10 of last year, because I think I know.
So I'm going to spend a coin to play the control center.
Okay.
So every time I mark a signal in a sector of the indicated color, then I get a movement as well. I guess means I actually have to get a probe, but we can work that one out. I don't think I want to do any reactions for just now, so when you go, Rob.
Okay. I shall spend 1 credit. So first thing, 3 actions. I'm going to spend 2 power to move my probe twice so I hit Venus.
Smash. Publicity.
Yep, +1 publicity. Then I spend the credit and I play this card, Mercury Flyby. I get to move twice, and if I visit Mercury this turn, gain 4 VPs. So I hit there, get another one of them.
Publicity and 4 VP.
Yep.
So something's happened.
So let's double check on that one. It's in the, it's in the player aid, I think. So
discovering alien species. Where is it? Where is it in the rule book? Milestones, computer text, research tech, playing a card. Try and find the answer before somebody in the chat tells us how it works. Three players use 2 neutral milestones at 20 and 30 points.
Yep.
Yeah, we've done that. So, discovering alien species. Is it in here? No, it's not in that bit. It's not in the between rounds. It's not in the pass. Milestones. It goes on the leftmost alien. Okay.
At the end.
Oh, it happens at the end of the turn. Okay.
It's under milestones, the rulebook.
It's under milestones. I'm there now. The neutral milestones. At the end of a turn in which you reach or pass one of these milestones, a non-player research group discovers something important about one of the 2 alien species. Each species has 3 spaces. If any of these is empty, move a non-player marker from the milestone to the leftmost space. It's possible this will result in the discovery of an alien species. Okay. If all 6 spaces are full, then both species have already been discovered. The neutral milestones have no effect. Right, there you go. So at the end of your turn, that is going to go there.
which will then cause that to flip.
Which will cause that to
That
flip.
is
And
the
we get
end
our
of-
first alien.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, off we go.
So
What we got?
we have found
Dun dun dun.
giant rocky moons.
Giant rocky moon.
Giant rocky moons, whatever that means. That's what it's looking to. It hasn't got the name on
It's
there.
the exertions.
Hmm.
Okay, now I've never played with these before, and you two have never played the game before, so now we need to read the extra little chart that comes with them. Found via the beacons they left behind, the exertions used advanced mining technology to extract energy from the very core of planets. The sustained use of this technology ultimately led to their demise. Harnessing these technologies must be approached with caution. Their overuse could result in severe backlash from the public. So when this species is discovered, shuffle the exertions deck, which is there,
Yoink.
and deal 3 cards to each player. Each player who marked a discovery space also gets 1 card per marker.
Cool. So that's 4 for each of you and
Yep.
3 for me.
Return the remainder of the deck to the box. It will not be needed
For you.
later.
Or for you.
At this time, each player may play one exertion card for every marker they placed on the discovery spaces. Cards are placed face down and not revealed until the end of the game. So both me and Chris may choose to play one card face down. Exertion cards are not considered to be in your hand, so you ignore them for the purposes of hand size, and they cannot be discarded in any way.
Yeah.
Right. Exertion milestones. So there's extra little counters that come with the game. These tiles represent new milestones. Players may play additional exertion cards when they reach them. So we need to place this milestone on the scoring track 20 points ahead of the leading player's marker. So 43. So when somebody gets to 43, players may play an additional exertion card. And then this one goes on 63. And again, when we get to there, you may play an exertion card.
Is that gain a credit or pay a credit?
Let's have a look. Right, playing more exertion cards. So when you cross an exertion milestone, you may choose one of your exertion cards and play it face down. This option is available even to players who haven't got a trace marker there. But the second one, playing an exertion card, costs you 1 credit. If you do not have a credit when you cross this milestone, you cannot play the card. To sum up, each player gets at least 3 cards and you will have 2 opportunities to play a card face down. If you marked one of the 3 discovery spaces, you will get 1 extra card and an immediate opportunity to play a card. Right. Danger. Each exertion card has a certain amount of danger, which is the number with a big black thing next to it. It ranges from 0 to 9. When you play the card face down, you are taking on that much danger, which will be hidden from other players until the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you fulfill the condition, you will also gain the depicted victory points at the end of the game. Exertion cards are not considered missions or end-of-game scoring cards. In addition, players take on danger by marking spaces on the exertion board. If the bottom tier gives 3 danger per marker, the middle tier gives 2 danger, and the top tier gives 1 danger per marker.
So your total danger will be a combination of that times number of discs there, that times number of discs there, plus whatever ones you played.
So, at the end of the game, all played exertion cards are revealed. The danger on them is added to the danger on the board. And whoever has the most danger loses 1/10 of their total points rounded down. So if you had 168 points, you would lose 16. The other players lose no points. If there's a tie, all tied players lose points.
Gotcha.
So simulating thematically the fact that this race of creatures dug too deep.
Yeah.
That's what this is. You can play the super powerful cards in it and have high danger,
but you run the risk of
losing 10% of your points. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like that.
That makes I'm sort of seeing some of the cards here. You see the better the rate of return, the higher the danger.
So me and Chris may now choose.
Each of you may now choose one
to play a card face down. The artwork in this game is great. Really, really good artwork. Well, honestly, not going to do any of these. These are all really hard. Wow. Okay, let's. Sure. I'm going to have that one. And then these go in my not hand, but separate hand. Okay, cool. Alien species discovered.
That triggered at the end of
at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 1 credit, and I'm going to play SETI at home. If you have at least 8 publicity, I get to mark a purple trace.
You've completed this mission as well, haven't you?
I did, so I'll just tuck that there. That's a completed mission. Okay, so I get to mark a purple trace. Well, let's go here. Purple, pink.
You can start the danger.
Ooh. I just go on any of them.
Yeah, because the lower down you are, the more you get, but the higher the risk.
Look at that. 9 points.
But additional thrill of everything else. So, but if that's all you do and don't play any cards. Yeah. I don't think there's any rules and you have to go from top to bottom.
No, I can go anywhere, I think.
Yeah, you're just getting better stuff with more.
I'm going to do it. Let's go here. Let's go mining.
So that's 9 points.
What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know. We'll go ask the Shattered Husk of their planet.
Yeah. technically it's losing a tenth of your points, but that sounds.
Yeah,
a
so
lot
I've gained
worse,
9 points and might lose 20, but you know.
It's cute you think you can get a higher score.
It is cute. Right, cool.
No, it's pointless. So I'm going to spend 2 credits to launch a probe on Earth, which is now there. And I'm not going to do any free actions currently, so that's my turn.
Cool. Right, I'm going to spend 6 reputation, publicity. So, first things first, we rotate the.
We do.
Yep, so it's a yellow, so the inner circle swings. Yep. I'm going to choose to take this one.
2 points.
So, immediate 2 points.
Oh.
I can draw. Oh, so
Milestone, end of your turn, I believe it is.
I get to draw a card, but I could choose to pick a card from in front of me here.
Yes.
I think I will. I'm going to take this one. And then that goes on to there. Then, for good measure.
Do you have to fill them left or right?
So that one I have. That one I have to. That one.
No.
Optional.
When you place these tiles,
No, I just asked for one to go.
the tiles can go anywhere. Can't
Yeah, these ones.
Okay.
Got these ones are fixed. These ones got any order
Yeah.
you like. And each one just gives you a passive bonus.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually place these 3 and get 2 more VPs and 3 more reputation.
they? 3 more publicity.
Publicity. Yeah, sorry. I'll get the terminology right. And then I'll do something else, but I've forgotten what it was. That gets me there. So I will. We're gonna play. I think I will. Yep, that was my action. I'm not going to do any more free actions.
So you now must claim one of these, I believe.
Yes, I think for one that I know I'm actually working on, I'll take the 7 for every 2 texts. I've already got 3 of them.
Okay, so now I've got all of my bonuses for having 8 of this. I think it's time to spend some of this publicity. Rotate orange. And take one of these. Well, I don't know. Desperately short on cards, so I'm going to take this one. So that gets me 5 points, I believe.
Yep, because you get 2 points for
2 points for that and 3 points for that.
Yep.
And then I can have it wherever I want.
Yep.
But I'll have it there.
Tends to make sense really be the first one, because you know you're going to fill it up.
Yeah, that's it. That's my action done.
Right.
Oh. I did a thing.
Oh yes, yeah, you can pick one as well. Yeah, I think you're already working towards that one. So
I got 2 of the 3.
at least 11 points then. So
Trying to decide whether this is going to be. It's just ridiculous. Or let's just do it right. I'm going to discard 4 cards for 2 money.
4 cards for 2 money. Oh, using the free 2 for 1 exchange.
2 for 1 exchange.
Wow.
And then I'm going to spend that 2 money to play the Alma Observatory, which lets me twice discard cards from here to place what's the term? Trace mark a signal in a sector.
Mark a signal. Yeah.
Of the,
Any
the matching
the matching colour, yeah.
basically. And then obviously I'm going to use it to move my
black,
probe
yellow,
as well,
or
so it feels like it's going to work. So let's do discard that one first for yellow. And I don't have any in yellow yet, so let's just go here.
I'm guessing it gets replaced straight away, but I'm not 100% sure.
Then we will do.
And when you do a yellow,
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
you've got a
that's
movement point.
part of the reason why I was doing that. And you mark these with
Yeah.
these, don't you? Too. So let's move there. And then we'll do a blue one. Just discard that one. And blue sector, which I still don't think I'm in any of them again, but let's go with this one. Might rotate around it, I guess. Then I've done a blue sector, so
It's another movement point.
Let's go
Which gets you
there.
publicity because you've seen
Yeah.
Fancy comment.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's that. And that one goes away, doesn't it? Felt like it cost me a lot, but it was doing a lot. So
Discard that card for 1 free movement.
So you got your own discard card.
I'm going to move to Mars, so that gets me +1 there. That's the free action. And the second action, I'm going to spend a credit and a power to put that into orbit around Mars, which gets me 3 VP.
Did you just
Okay.
pick up Chris's counter?
I'm doing it.
you're doing it now. It was there.
And why
Oh,
is
yeah.
it always in plugs? Man, what is going on? Right, let's try that again. So, first place to go on in orbit around Mars, that's 3 cash.
Points.
So 3 points, that too. Which then triggers that one over to there. So we only need to find is a blue on that one to trigger those aliens.
Yeah.
I then also get these bonuses, I believe, because that's
Yep.
for everyone.
So a card.
So 1 card, and I could take it from
You could
here.
take it from there.
I will take this one, I think.
Okay. Then you scan from Mars.
Scan from Mars, which means I'm scanning here.
Yeah.
So, one of them and one of them.
And took a card for Ingham.
Yes. I believe I will tuck this card, giving me +1 cash. So 1 cash means you get 1 more cash going forwards. And that will do.
So I'm going to spend 3 credits to build the Effelsberg telescope, which is take a card. And what's that icon?
That's
Oh, win a yellow sector.
yeah.
Yes.
You,
Yeah.
You won 2 yellow sectors.
Okay, I'm going to take it. So I'm going to take a card, which is going to be that card. So that goes into my hand. Then I rotate. So blue that's rotating, which is that. And then I'm going to take a pink tech. I'm going to take this one, which gets me 5 points. And get 2 data. Data. And this means that now when I scan from Earth, I can scan wider range. Goes on there, I believe. So I did that. That's me done. You cannot trigger 1 card twice in 1 turn. Correct me if I'm not right. What do you mean by triggering a card twice
I
in a
think
turn?
it'll be that then.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll check that.
Well, yeah, because I think some of them are like sort of the same action.
Missions are on page 15. I remember that.
If not, I'll just take that off and spend a thing instead to move to where I am anyway. So
So if one effect will trigger multiple rewards on the same card or different, you may choose to cover any of those spaces, but only a single space can be covered at a time.
Yeah.
You will need to
Well,
trigger the mission again in order to cover another space. Okay, thank you, Jack.
Yep, thanks.
Right, thank you, David. But Peter says I think you can.
yeah, it said trigger the mission again though, didn't it?
If
Not
one effect would trigger multiple rewards If one effect would trigger it. So if you have
Oh, so it's then it's
one effect that could do two things,
yeah.
it can only do one of those things. You don't have that. It's two different effects. I think you can. Yeah, I think you can. I think what it says is if you've got two different effects, one effect
the
that
second
triggers
trigger, which it is because it was the same card but a separate discard that triggered the.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. Right, I'm gonna use. Are you done? Do you done your turn?
I think so. What did I? I just.
I think you said
I played
you
the
did,
card
I'm
and
just
did that.
making sure that I thought we didn't. I haven't got to start jumping ahead. So I'm gonna use a energy for free movement and move my probe onto Jupiter. So I'll get
Yeah, publicity.
publicity.
Oh, I was going to launch probe.
Oh, we just
not done it.
to use that to land.
Oops.
It should cost me 2, or but it should cost me 1.
Oh, but I can. I can convert energy. Yeah.
The difference is so it's 7 VP.
For landing on Jupiter,
Yeah.
you get 2 data,
Yeah,
7 points, and a yellow trace.
yeah.
Or if you go into orbit, you get 3 points, and you get that stuff. So 1 data, scanned from Jupiter, and took a card for income.
I think that I don't have any cards to tuck, so that renders that pointless. Can I place out my data before I get more of it? Because you only have
yes,
6 cards.
it's a free action.
So right, we'll do that then. So, which gets me another
Publicity. Yep.
publicity.
You don't have to place all of it.
Do I not?
No,
I
you
don't.
place as much as you want.
Because that's tuck, which I then can't do, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so
That's what
yeah, right. Let's do
Rather-
that.
rather than wasting that action. isn't
So
it?
then I'm gonna spend 2 because I've got the tech, which lets me only use
Land.
2 and land on Jupiter.
2 data, 7 points, and a yellow trace.
Data's here.
So what yellow trace would you like?
You can put yourself out there, or you can start mining planets.
Let's start on it, shall we? 1 energy, 1 card. 6 VPs. Let's just go. Let's go there.
They're all going big.
6 points.
6 points, a power, and a card of your choice.
So
And just call it Moria.
let's just take that. You did say card of my choice, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not a question mark, so
Yeah.
you get to choose, pick a card if you wanted. Though you can always just take randomly from the deck.
Yeah. I think I'm done then.
I'm going to pass.
So we rotate yellow. Discard down to 4.
Yep, only got 1.
Have some cards. Right, I'm going to spend 2 energy for a credit, and then 2 credits to launch. Since that's what the game's about, and I've not done it yet. So we'll launch. Sure. Oh, you can spend 3 publicity to draw a card as well. Okay.
Take that one. And pass them back.
It's that one. Let's just do that. Right, so I'm gonna place the rest of this data out as a free action.
You took in a card,
To the card.
getting you an energy.
Okay. Then I'm gonna spend that energy, or 1 energy, to analyze data. So
Yes, you
that removes all of these.
they all burn.
Yep.
Chris hit the gold milestone. Yes, he did.
Oh, I did. You're right.
So
Well
I'll
spotted.
do this and
at the end of your turn,
decide.
pick one of them.
Yeah. So that does that, and then I mark a blue. Is that correct?
Yep, so you can either take one out or you can trigger the second alien.
Let's just trigger the second alien. Why not?
Aliens.
Aliens. Oh, sorry, it's your choice. You read.
You got to try and name
It's
them
a
based on the picture.
wormhole, oval,
The great,
weird thing.
Correct.
the great sky opal.
Anomaly.
Sky
Yeah,
opal.
all right.
3 enormous, highly reflective objects have been discovered in our solar system.
Mm.
They're in the other room. These anomalies distort space-time around them, implying a connection to distant observers. Their discovery has sparked protests, worship, and a newfound sense of global unity. We are watching them. Is someone watching back? So, when this species is discovered, shuffle its deck. There we go. And deal cards to the players who marked the 3 discovery spaces. Each player gets 1 card per marker.
1 card each then, that's all.
I don't get one.
No.
Boo.
Nothing for you.
Keep the deck near the anomalies board. Turn the top card face up and place it beside the deck.
Part of everyday life. So, you want me to read what it does?
No.
Yes,
No, we'll go through this first.
There's been like pretty standard action cards.
So that goes there. That goes there. Right. So whenever you see the little alien head sign here,
Yep.
That is draw an anomaly card, either from the top of the deck or take the face-up card and then replace it. These cards can be tucked for income or discarded for their free action effect. They count towards their your hand limit. So they are, for all intents and purposes, cards. Right, anomalies. 3 oval-shaped pieces. There. 2. There. 3. Right, place the 3 anomaly tokens, random side up, on these spaces in the solar system's outer ring. So one of them in the sector with Earth.
The outer ring.
So a random one, random side up.
Yeah.
1 3 sectors counterclockwise from Earth. And then 1 3 sectors clockwise from Earth. Okay. If a token is placed in a space with Neptune or Uranus, make sure you place it so that it doesn't cover the planet. Yep. Done. Right. Next. Triggering anomalies. When the solar system rotates, check to see if Earth is now in the same sector as an anomaly. If so, resolve the anomaly immediately. Each anomaly corresponds to either pink trace, yellow trace, or blue trace. Yeah. Check the anomaly species board for the column that matches the triggered anomaly. The player who has marked the highest space in the given column gains the reward depicted on the anomaly. If no spaces in that column are marked, then no one gets the reward. Marked spaces below the alien species board do not count. There is no bonus for visiting anomalies with your probes.
Cool.
Right. And then there's a thing to say the top space gives only 2 points, but it's always available.
Yep.
Players who mark this space later go above those who marked it earlier.
Yeah. Basically, we're constantly fighting to be the one who's actively scanning because we'll always be the highest on that particular column.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay. Makes sense. So when the system rotates, if Earth is now in the same sector as an anomaly, you resolve that anomaly and you check the board, and whoever's got the highest space gets the reward of the anomaly.
Yeah, so it's either be 1 power, 4 victory points, or 2 reputation.
Got it. Okay.
Publicity. Right, because that triggered on your turn, didn't it?
Yes.
I've already passed.
Yeah, it's me. Right. Well, I've got this energy and I've got a probe. What can we do? We can fly around Venus, and we can go into orbit of Venus. Oh, yes. That's what I want to do. Right. How much energy does it cost to go into orbit? Oh, it costs money.
Yeah.
Buy the probe.
I'm a credit short.
Well, you can sell 4 power for 2 credits.
Yeah, but then I don't have the 2 power to move.
That's the drawback.
So there are things I can do. I could move, go to Venus, take a photo, get a publicity, spend 3 publicity to get a card, throw a card away that gets me a credit. There isn't a card that gets me a credit. Other options is I just put this data in here. That is a card. There's a movement point on the card.
So
yes, so it works. So I put that 2 data in, which gets me 2 points, and the card. So that's a free action. I discard that for 1 movement point. I then spend 1 energy for 1 movement point, which gets me a publicity. I then convert that 2 energy into a credit, and then as my actual action, we land. No, we don't. We go into orbit.
Yeah.
We go into orbit of Venus, which gets me 3 points and 6 points. and I took this card, and I get a random card from the top of the deck.
Oh, has he managed to get?
I have a set.
Very nice.
Okay, but now that I've reached here, if I want to, I can now play another one of these. There's no way I'm going to do any of these.
Was it when
Really?
you reach them as a player, or is it when one person?
I think when
reaches
you
them?
reach them as a player.
That's fine. Yeah, I will start thinking it then.
I'm not. I mean, I'd love to be able to do that. I just don't think I am going to be able to do that. Then again, I'm probably not going to be able to do this. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play a second card. Chris.
I think I'm going to pass because I don't think we can do much else.
Discard down to 4.
Yeah,
Don't get a card.
I've got one because I've got my.
I mean, yeah, I've got one card in hand. And, yep, I'm done.
Let's take that one. Go.
Okay.
Okay. So, income. 4 money. 3 energy.
Oh yes.
And 2 random cards.
4 credits. Can I have 2 more credits, please?
I have 2 random cards, please. Thank you.
How many cards would you like?
1 for me, please. Thank you. 3.
Start player passes to me.
Yeah,
3 credits.
You have the moves.
Go. Right. Okay, so that's no good. Ooh, that would work, I think. Nope, it wouldn't. Okay, let's do that later. What about this? Ooh. I think I'm just going to launch a program. Pop. Done.
I am going to play Signs of Life for credit, which lets me launch a probe, and if it was in a sector with an anomaly, I also get 1 movement point. Which
It is in a sector with an anomaly,
Yeah,
so you get a movement point.
so I'm going to move it there.
But it's also a cheaper launch, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's out of the anomaly deck. And I don't think I want to do any reactions yet, so I'm done.
I'm going to pay 3 credits to play Focused Research. So, we immediately rotate the map. Orange. I gain a free tech.
The anomaly doesn't trigger, right? Free tech of your choice.
Free tech of my choice, which will be this one, which gets me 2
2
VP.
points.
Card of
Card
my
of your
choice,
choice,
and then that's going to go there. So every time I take the scan action, I can now also launch a probe or move 1. I then gain 2 VPs for each tech type that I have, and I have 3 different tech types, so that's 6 more VP. 38. Right, 1 second. That was my main action. Back to you, Paul.
Spend a credit for Advanced Navigation Systems. So it's just a mission that gives me bonuses when I visit planets except Earth.
Let's do this. So I'm going to place this data into my computer's reaction, so that gets me a publicity, please. As green.
You're on 6.
And then I am going to spend that to get this one that lets me have 2 probes, which lets me launch a probe and get an energy as well.
Yep,
Is
so
that right?
reload probe free and you take a power.
And that goes on Earth, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Done.
Think so.
I'm going to spend 2 credits to pay another card. Amateur astronomers. Do this 3 times. Discard the top card of the deck for its signal. So basically I'm going to get 3 random scans.
Yellow.
So a yellow. Where have we got? So we've got here and here. I'll just go there and take 2 VPs.
Blue.
Blue. I shall go there and take 2 VPs.
Black.
Second. And black. I shall go here and take 2 VPs. I can now also play one.
Would you like to play an exertions
I'm
card?
going to play an exertions card, and the exertions card I'm going to play, although I don't get to show one, it's going to be that one. I'm going to tuck under there to say that's the one I've played. Right, and then for the final, I'm going to play 4 of these. 1, 2, tucking this card under my income track, which lets me draw a random card, please. 3, 4. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's not going to do very much for me. Only got 3 of these. Do have a bit of this stuff. Could have played that, but it didn't actually do anything. Blue traces are from analysing data, aren't they? To analyse data, I need to do that. I don't want to do that. Trying to work out if I want to pass early. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much else. If I'm not going to play any of these, yeah, because then I'll have a very strong next round. Okay, I think I'm going to pass. What's the downside of passing, other than I can't get to do anything else this round?
That's it, really. You get first. Well, as long as you don't break your card limit, then you've
Nope,
got
fine.
first choice of cards.
Okay, so I'll pass. So that moves on, which means all of this rotates. Has Earth moved into a anomaly?
Not
No.
there yet.
And I get one of these. We need to rotate for the tech. Oh, we forgot to rotate for the tech that Chris took. Apparently. So that would have been
yes.
that.
Yeah.
So we did rotate.
So maybe I won't
When we
pass.
took the tech, we didn't know.
So I thought we had.
So has the board state changed where I might want to do something else? No, it hasn't. But now it's yellow that moves.
Now that does trigger.
Oh, it does
the
trigger.
anomaly,
But nobody's on the
there.
blue, so nobody gets anything. Right. Okay. Thank you, chat.
I don't like that now because that's changed totally what I was going to do.
Yeah, annoying, isn't it?
Okay, but that might work though. Yes, that will work.
What do you mean, kinda?
Kinda. So let's play Plato for
the
a
philosopher.
credit,
What's he doing?
which is going to let me scan 3 times in a sector with one of my probes, which is going to be
I'm going to take that.
this one. I don't get the data for them. So I guess that means I don't. Does that mean you place, but
You
don't
place
get
the
the
markers.
data, and the data just goes away?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do. Oh, sorry. Let's do that then. And because I've
That's your sector.
yeah, because I've scanned in a red sector, I can
Get a movement
get a
point.
movement point
And
as
that's
well.
that mission complete. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to spend a power as well to go into the asteroids.
And it's 2 to leave.
2 to leave
Unless
you've got level 2,
Yeah.
the second row of the text.
Okay.
Right. I go, I think.
Mhm.
So, because I've got it all, let's see, where is we're currently facing there, so that would trigger that one, I wouldn't get that. No point doing it. So, I may as well. Come on. I'm going to spend 1 power to trigger this effect. So
Analyze the data.
Analyze the data. They
Okay.
will burn.
Get to place a blue trace.
And 1 blue trace gets placed. So I can either risk it over here, or I can get 3 cards. Oh, let's just draw. Huh. Oh, might as well. I'm gonna pop that one in the bottom right corner.
So you get 4 points
4 points.
and take a card.
I'll take that card. I think quite interesting.
You get your 4 points.
48.
Well done.
Yes.
I already passed.
Okay. She's discarded. Right. Let's do. Spend 2. Move out of there and onto Venus.
Publicity.
And then I'm going to use my main action, spend a credit and a power to orbit.
Going to orbit of Venus. So you are the second player to go into orbit of Venus. So you get 6 points and you can tuck a card.
Stuck that one, which gets me
Some energy.
energy back.
Chris should not discard an energy if the card gave a free movement point.
Oh yeah, right. I did it the wrong way around. I discarded an energy when I did the free movement into there, but you're using the energy to get out of there, aren't you? Yes, I'll take another one back.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Jackie.
Thank you.
Okay.
I got the rule the wrong way around.
So it's 2 energy or 1 movement to leave the asteroid. No, it's 2 movement to leave the asteroid. Yeah, it's two movement to leave the asteroid.
So you're basically paying 2.
Yeah, it's 2 energy for 2 movement points,
Yeah.
but you gained a movement point.
Yeah.
So you
If I
just have
used
to
a
spend-
movement point to move into it, but discarded an energy as well when I moved into it, which is not
Right, okay,
right, is
yeah,
it? Yeah.
that's not right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to pay a credit to play this card from hand. It's quite an amusing one. Part of everyday life, because it's one of the alien programs. Like the tagline. After the shock of first contact, the panic on Earth has subsided. The fact that we're not alone in the universe has slowly become old news. Everyone just stopped caring. I get to draw 3 random cards, but I have to discard 2 of them. 1 for its free action and 1 for a resource corresponding to its income. So I get to keep one of these in hand. So I will discard that one for the
Yep.
so for
So publicity.
I will discard that one for its income, which is
Which is
drawn
a
out
card.
And then this is the one I get to keep
Yep.
along with this one.
Okay. Back to you, Chris.
Last time you.
Yeah.
Can I do anything with energy? Wait.
Have we had a single sector?
No,
Yeah.
nothing's completed yet.
And
Both of these have been triggered by the random by Randy.
the downside of playing the game with fewer than 4 players is that these spaces are the same size for all
which
player
I'm guessing
games.
is why these ones are there, because it's more like because it's also the left hand
Yeah.
trigger one, so it's more likely to go. I think it just helps keep the game ticking over. Right, any more questions?
No, I'm just trying to. Yeah,
Sorry.
I know it's alright. I'm going to pass this time, and then I'll.
So,
Don't there's any point
I'll
doing
do a
some
few bits and pieces now.
action for this time.
I'm going to spend this one as a discard for its resource. That gets me 1 research, but because of this one, I then get the second resource.
More data.
So that's 2 data. And
Yeah,
that's
so
now triggered.
data.
I'll take it under here to show that that's going to count if I have this one. Gets me my 2 data. The free action, I'm going to place it here and here, getting myself 2 VPs and 2 more of the
Publicity.
I keep the reputation publicity.
Yeah.
I've got my 2 VPs, which jumps me to there.
So you have to claim
And
the goal at the end of your
that
turn.
I'm going to claim this goal of 8 points for every set of 3 of these I've got,
Yep.
because I've already got 1. It's then technically the end of my turn. Then passes
Then
the
it's your
ball,
turn.
doesn't back to me. Nothing else triggers. So I'm now going to spend
6 of those.
6 of those,
Have a tech.
which rotates the board.
It does, which this time is orange.
Rotate the wall. And I will research this one, which is I can now land on moons.
2 points under publicity.
2 VP. Publicity.
Lorenzo said he ordered a bigger table because of this game. Yes. There is a house rule to remove discs with fewer than 4 players. Yes, I'm very tempted to use that house rule. I don't know how many discs to remove, but I think it definitely needs some,
Right.
because otherwise that and that would have probably been filled by now. It just feels that it's a little slow. And I know in 2 players, a lot of people have reported that as being a big problem with 2 players.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what I can do this time. 2 power. That's not enough for me to do anything. Could burn 2 of these in order to do that. I think I will also. Are we on to the last? Yeah, we are getting close towards the end, aren't we?
Well, we're currently in round 3,
Oh yes, we got
round 4, and then round 5.
That's it. Yes, we still got. I think now is a good time for me to pass.
Okay, and then we'll do our income.
Someone hasn't taken one. There should only be 2 cards left. There should be 1 more.
I should.
I took one.
I took 1. I'm pretty sure I took 1. Maybe there were 5 cards there accidentally. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Have I looked at those cards? Did I look at them and not take 1? No, I definitely took 1.
You sure you took one as well, Chris?
Yeah, I definitely took
That's the one that I took.
because I know the card that I had,
Oh, well.
and I know the
Okay.
card.
We've accidentally put
Accidentally, well.
more cards in there. That's
I
fine.
don't know why I took it.
Well, if that's ruined it, that's ruined it. Never mind. Eh?
4 credits, 3 energy, 2 random cards.
3 credits, 4 energy, 2 random cards, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Jake Holman says added 1 scanning for a 3-player game and 2 scanning for a 2-player game. Yeah, it's a fairly simple, easy rule. Apparently, Rob needs to be given a publicity for the tech that he bought.
No, I thought did I take it?
I thought, well, I don't know.
Because it was that one. Because it was two
I
VPs
thought
and
you did
publicity.
because you were.
I'm pretty sure you moved me up.
Yeah, because you were on
Yeah.
7.
We're on 7. I paid 6
You
drop
paid
down
6.
once, and I gained
Yeah.
1. Yeah, I
Then we
think
got it.
I'm happy
We're
with that
done.
one. I'll take that one, and those two burn. Right, and then we take our income, don't we?
All done. How many cards would you like?
Two more cards, please. Thank you.
Chris,
Four,
it's you first.
four cash, and 3 power. Can I have one more power, please? Thank you. What have I got? What have we got to play with?
Seems actually quite good right now. So I'm going to spend the money credit to clean space initiative. So discard the 3 cards from the card row for their free action corner effect.
Okay, so you get 3
Which is gonna be
publicity.
3 publicity.
Very nice. Nice little combo there.
Yeah. Go. As well. So I don't know what it does.
Blue or yellow under blue.
And that's me.
Right. Well, I'm going to spend 2 power under cash. Do a scan. So I scan once where we currently are, which
Yeah.
is here. Then I'll scan once in a yellow. Here. And then I'll pay a power to launch a probe using my tech, which goes there. Any free actions? Yeah, I'll drop that one in there to get one more publicity, please. Put that 3. Oh, so we can always spend 3 publicity to draw or take a card.
3 to draw a card.
I must remember that one as well.
Okay. I'm going to build a large Hadron Collider. So
Yeah,
I
use
gain
that
some
for
data,
you.
which I'll put into there, getting me some publicity. I'm then going to rotate this. Earth is now lined up with this. Is anybody there? No. And then I'm going to take myself a blue tech. Sure. Take this one. So that gives me 2 points. And I'm going to stick it in there. And yeah, that's the Large Hadron Collider done.
Okay, so I am going to, as that's the best way of doing it. It's costing too much. I'm going to spend 5 power as free actions to move this probe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll get me 3.
Putting you up to
We
7.
both on Earth. Did I just knock it off Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've launched a probe. It's still there. It's not gone anywhere yet.
Okay, so that was free stuff. And then I am going to spend a credit and a power to send that probe into
the orbit of
Venus.
You do like Venus.
For reasons.
6 power. 6 points. And you get to tuck a card. And you also get to play an exertion card.
If you wish.
If you wish.
So let's do tuck that one.
No, the planet can take it. Drill harder.
And I do want to play an exertion card, which is that one. Okay, done.
Okay. Right. I'm going to spend 1 credit to play Hubble Space Telescope. I get to do 1 movement, which is move this probe to here. Then I'm going to scan in a sector with one of my probes. completing
Hey.
this. So I get that.
So you have the most.
Yep.
Which means you get a pink trace.
Do I also get the 3 points for that?
I'm not
Points
sure.
for that.
And then Chris gets to keep the thing in
Yeah,
there.
so you keep one in there ready for next time. And we then refill it up to
Yeah.
max. So my pink trace will go.
And I'm going to suggest that we use this hand rule now. Maybe we use it the first time something's been scanned.
Oh, we just use it for the.
Or put it in. Yeah, put it in there.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there'd be no points for second place.
I'm going to take this one here, take myself 4 points, and I'll take one of these cards. That's 4 more points for me, 56. Do I want this one? Scan the sector. Then gain 1 reach point for each signal you have in the sectors with nothing. But I would get more of that. So I think I'll take this one. Yep, a new face up gets revealed.
Okay, you done?
Uh,
I need to take a card as the immediate bonus of the last blue tech. Did I? Oh, I didn't take a card. Thank you.
right, sorry, over to you, I think. Was it you, Paul?
Yeah, I'm just picking up my card that I should have taken before, so I'll just take that one. Oh gosh. Right, so I've spent a credit. I am going to do a coronal spectrograph. It's basically, yes, mark a pink trace for a species that you've already marked a pink trace on.
That's another meaty one, so that's 7 rupees in the cash. Means you get to trigger one of them.
Oh yeah. Right. What do we want next? Well, I've completed one mission, and I've got 3 takes, but I'm probably going to get more. So let's go for that one. There you go. Right, we're good.
All good?
Yep.
Okay, I am going to research a tech.
So you spend 6.
Yeah.
We rotate. It's yellow. It goes to there. Okay.
Which one do I want? I was wanting the moons one, but I'm not sure I do now. There's a lot of juicy points there for landing on Jupiter, I guess.
Rules question for the chat. Hypothetically, if I was to scan here twice and there's only 1 data left, do you scan 1, trigger all of that stuff, refill, and then scan a second time? Because it might matter.
Take that 5 VPs. Okay, done.
Cool. I'm going to burn these 2 cards for 3 publicity.
Oh, you got a card for. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So put you up to 6.
Yep. Then I'm going to do a research action.
So spend 6. Rotate orange.
Yep. Because it's here, I'm going to take this one, which gets me an immediate 5
5
VPs.
Secretary is resolving at the end of the player's turn. Okay, thank you.
5 more
Oh,
VPs.
you can overflow scan and win the sector. Ah, you
61.
can put extra ones in.
Oh, yeah.
Right, except I can't here because
Yeah.
Chris has got 5 in there. Oh, but Earth has moved again.
Then, yeah, I'm going to spend 3 movement ones to shoot my probe out to Uranus.
This one.
Yep. Zoom.
So you gain a publicity.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
well, you heard it here, folks. Paul thinks it's quite nice that I'm grabbing Uranus.
Very nice.
Is that 25 victory points for landing on
If
that
you
moon?
land on Titania, yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, and guess who can land on moons? Over to Paul.
It is. I'm doing now. Lost the plot. Completely lost the plot. I mean, Jupiter's there, and I can't fancy Jupiter. So, free action, energy. Free action, energy. Go to Venus, gain a publicity, and because I've visited a planet that isn't Earth, I'm going to go to there, which gets me a movement point to go back here. I then spend another energy to go to Mars, which gets me a publicity, and then I've visited a planet that isn't Earth, so I'm going to gain energy, and I'm going to spend that energy to move to here to gain a publicity for visiting Jupiter, which means I can mark that and get a data. And then that mission is complete. It's 2 completed missions. Right, all of that was free actions, I believe. I've not actually done an actual action yet. So we will. I will spend a credit and an energy to put this in orbit of Jupiter. It's 3 points. And I gain some data. And I get to scan where Jupiter is. So that's here. And I get to tuck a card. So what have I got cards-wise? I've got one of each at the moment. And I don't want that. So we're going to get rid of that. And that gets me to draw a card. Okay, that was a big turn. I look at the chart. Any excess signals? Yeah, okay. Yep, we're all good. Right, that's me finished. Oh gosh, what's that? Ugh. Studying tardigrades. No, not going to happen.
What's your problem with tardigrades? They're very expensive.
Well, I need yellow traces. I haven't got any. I've not landed on any other planets. I just fly around and go into orbit.
So I'm just going to play a card, low cost space travel for 1 credit to launch a probe.
Scout. Okay.
That's right.
All done.
Yep.
I'm going to spend 2 power to land my probe on Titania.
This one?
Yep.
25 points.
25 points.
61, 86. So at the end of your turn, you can do that and that.
Yep. So end of my turn. Could place one of these down. What have we got? I'm not going to place another one of these cards. Do I get? Is that
Take a card. I did take a card. I did it quickly.
is that pay or take? A
I'll
card?
pay.
So I have to pay a coin to place another one of these.
Yes.
I'm not going to because they just don't quite line up.
Okay.
But I will flag this one
Mhm.
because I have got at least one completed.
Well, that's the really tricky one. I don't like that one because you're not in control of it.
Yeah.
Because it's at the end of the game. If you've won a sector where you happen to have a lot, and these are moving around,
Say that.
they're all scored at the end of the game.
For each set consisting of both a sector win and either an orbiter or a lander. So
Yes.
there's nothing about it being the same sector.
No, that is a sector. So you have to have.
Just says so 3
Yeah.
sector wins, 1 lander and 1 orbiter. It doesn't say anything about it being in the same sector.
Okay, I played that wrong last time then.
Yeah, because that would be impossible to just click
It would.
away. Yeah, it's just for every total number of wins for sectors plus total number. Of
Oh, okay,
landers and
right.
orbiters.
That's much better then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my one problem I have with the game isn't a problem.
Because
Fantastic.
I placed there and then was feeling a bit like, is this actually terrible? And it's not as bad as I thought.
Me?
So
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So,
Designer in the chat, please say if I'm wrong there, but there's nothing,
Yeah, no, I
nothing
think-
in the rules that says it has to be in the same sector.
Yeah.
Because it's fluid. Yeah, it's just set. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Just a set. Awesome. So what am I doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, I've got all of this publicity, so let's spend some of it. So I spend 6. Rotate blue, which is there, which means that's lined up with yellow.
And again, I see.
Which
Keep
means
missing.
nobody gets
Yeah,
it.
I keep missing it.
Yeah, everybody gets it. That's the reason I did it.
You've got to annoy
And-
me personally.
Well, no, to trigger it before anybody gets there, because I'm not doing that one. Stupid alien anomalies.
Stupid anomalies.
I mean, shall I take
intergalactic
this?
perverts.
I'll take this. 2 points. And a card. I'll take the card in a minute.
Okay.
Can you only have one of each?
One of each design. So yeah, you have to take one from each of the 4 different
Yes.
stacks.
So how do you just look?
Yeah, because each one is unique. I think the bonus for taking it is different, but the actual effect is.
So that's good. That's the money. That's
yeah. So you can have 1 money, 1 energy, 1 card, and 2.
So that's the only one I don't have.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I've got me 2 points. I'm getting a card, which can be a card of my choices. Are any of those any good? No. I'll take this. Yeah, that'll do. Oh gosh, what's that?
Gosh.
So, I need to check. Is that a conditional mission? If I've already done those things, is that okay?
I think those are the ones when at the point you do it. Rewards can be triggered only after that you have to already have the card in play, and then when you do that thing.
So what's the one that
the conditional is
that?
Yeah, so that is a conditional. So if you already have 4 signals at the point you play, you get to immediately take it.
But otherwise, it stays in play, and when you've done it, that's fine.
Triggers. Whereas the ones which have the little dots is once you've played the card, every time you do
The little
that,
dot.
game that.
Oh, the right. Okay. Yeah.
then you place a piece on it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do those things again. But okay. Yeah, we got it.
I'm going to pass then, because I don't think I've got anything I can actually
I do have a very powerful computer.
do.
It's great.
So
You can only use the
take
main pong.
these, move the
Yellow.
These on.
doodah on.
Just the yellow. So as we look out across this vast collection of intergalactic perverts working on our planet.
Go.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2 to launch another probe on Earth. Earth. Welcome to Earth.
What have X got to do with it?
Really should have played that earlier. Bad mistake. Right, so
It's pretty much how I feel about all of my choices so far.
I am going to put some data on there, which gets me 2 points. I'm going to put some data on there and play this, which gets me a credit. So they're all free actions. Then need some more data. I can scan, and if I scan, I get 2 scans. And one of them could be within 3. So this one doesn't have a first place bonus.
No, it's just
the same for everybody.
There's 1, 2, 3.
I mean, I could just do this and just get it finished.
Finish it, yeah.
No, I can't because there's no yellow card.
Yeah, well, that's the other drawback.
So apart from that,
Yeah.
okay, well, we got red and blue.
That puts a crimp in an otherwise darn fine plan.
Right. Should have gone for a pink tech. So the pink techs, I'll spend a publicity to scan from Mercury. Scan from a card in hand. Yeah. Okay. No, it's fine. We could launch another probe. But what are we going to do with that probe? That is the question. No, let's do a scan. So 2 energy, 1 credit. So the first thing is let's scan from a card. And let's scan from this blue card. Scan here. Gives me 2 points. And then we're going to scan from Earth, and it's one of those 3. Somebody's got to get these things finished. They really do. So let's scan here. Okay, right. And then, if I wanted to, I could do that and that and that. But
No meter replace.
yeah, okay. I think that'll do.
You're right.
What was my actual action? Scanning. Yes. Okay.
I pass. So it's usually up.
I pass. So I will also take the deck of cards and pick
There you
one.
go.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure there's only 3 this time.
Yeah. Player who wins the sector will get an alien piece, which is good. Yes. Oh, just work that out. Yeah, and yeah, and yeah. Okay.
I'll take that one.
You're passing as well. Right. So I'm going to put that on there, which gets 2 points. Do that in a minute. I'm then going to put that on there. So I could now run, but I could also place this. So I'll place that there to get the energy.
Yep.
And then I can spend the energy to run the supercomputer.
Yep.
So all of this comes off.
Read up all your data.
And blue. So that's 2 points and a card, and I'm going to have that card. Now that is part of my hand, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
that
counts
is
in
part of
that
my
hand.
hand. Okay. And then at the end of my turn, I can pay a credit to play another one of these. There's no way I'm ever going. I'm close-ish. Took 8 cards. No. I mean, how did you took 8 cards over the course of the game? I mean, you do that a few times, and you put probes around.
And then because
So you can launch, go to Mars.
yeah,
Done.
particularly if you're getting other ones that get you
It
additional
can be
card
done.
draw, because
It can be
then you'll hammer it back again.
But I don't think I'm going to do either of these. So that's it for the exertion nonsense. Right, then it gets back around to me.
Oh, did you then do your?
I chose not to.
You chose not to.
I chose not to. So I've got loads of cards in hand. I want to play that one. It costs 2 credits. I don't have 2 credits. So I can throw 2 of these cards away for the credits. So that one's getting thrown away and that one's getting thrown away. So those 2 for a credit plus my other credit is 2 credits to play a message capsule. So we're going to open it up and inside is rotatey stuff and take a tech.
Yep.
Just put that there. The tech that I'm going to take is this one for 5 points.
Yep. So that one. Yeah, so when you scan, you get to burn it. You can spend a card.
Discard a card to get.
To scan the sector of the colour of the card you're
Yes.
discarding.
Okay. Now I've passed 70, so I need to choose. I mean, I've done 2 missions.
That's a good.
Makes sense.
Okay, I now have 3 cards in hand, so I can now safely pass and. Yeah, I don't think there's much else I can do, to be honest. I've got no resources, so I pass.
Ooh.
Right, we all get our income and then we go into the final round of the game.
4 credits. 3 power.
For each sector where you have a signal, are these signals? These are signals,
Those are
aren't
signals,
they?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And,
Problem is that might disappear.
Probably because you still have 1 because it'll be up in the.
Oh, well, yeah, unless you come second.
Yeah.
Or third.
No, second should be okay.
Yeah,
Third.
third.
Can I have 2 random cards, please?
I'm just going to take that one. So you want 2 random
2
cards.
randos for me.
I get
Okay.
3 random cards. Chris?
I've taken mine already.
Okay. Right, so I get 5 money. I get 3 energy. Rob is the start player.
Ooh, yes.
Final round begins.
One round begins indeed. So,
Right.
Does start by. And just slap
Oh, hello.
that out. Limited amount I can do. So, because it was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I like that. Didn't realise the Romans built space telescopes. Yeah, totally doing that. Right. Getting cards is overpowered. I don't know whether it's overpowered. It's fine. Hi, Willem. Thank you for popping in.
Bear with me.
4 of your text had draw a card. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a good.
Yeah, I mean, drawing cards is good. I wouldn't have said it's overpowered. But
But yeah, the thing is, without the resources to play them,
yeah.
Yeah.
they could get you resources if you spend them. So they're a bit more flexible, but they're still locked in some ways. So, only of these work. Yeah, that could be interesting. I'm going to pay 1 credit to take Planet Hunters, which lets me draw a card, and it can be a card of my choice, which is going to be this one. I can then discard up to 3 cards for signals from my hand. I'm going to discard 3 red signals and put 3 on Barnard's Star.
Have some data.
3 for me. Switcheroonie.
Getting you 2 points.
Getting me 2 points.
All done?
Yep.
Right, I'm going to spend 3 money for the Roman space telescope. Could be Roman, could be Roman, I don't know. But I get to rotate. And then I get to take a pink tech. So I don't have that one. I'll take that one and I get an energy. It's in there. And whenever I have 2 landers, sorry, 2 satellites in orbit, which I do.
Yep, as soon as you have 2 satellites, you get 2 data.
2 data.
And that card goes to you.
There's another completed mission. Okay, happy with that. Trigger blue anomaly. Did we forget to do the? We did.
Yes, yes.
Who's
you,
blue? Me.
You get power.
Hey. I knew there was a reason why I went there.
I'm going to spend 2 credits to play Venus Exploration Program, which lets me mark 2
Two in the sector with
traces in the
Venus.
sector with Venus.
Over here.
But still.
Okay.
Okay. And because I have I have a few probe orbiters at Venus, I get 4
points.
VPs as
And that
well.
is the mission complete. And you must claim a goal.
At the end of his turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this happens as well at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So
that's
Rob,
going
you
away.
get that.
Yep.
Pink trace.
Yep, I'll go there, take 2 VPs and this card.
Stays in there.
Oh, wow.
That goes
it's,
back. That goes back.
5 moves, don't get any more.
Half rule.
On this one. Is that just pairs and technologies?
Yes, of which you've got.
None.
Well,
Oh,
you've
it's
got
pairs.
you,
isn't
you've
it?
got
So
2.
what, 2.
So you've got 1 pair.
Yeah, so I've got one of those and at least maybe let's just get up. Let's go there. Even for one it's worth more right now. I think that's me for now. I'm not gonna move my probe until I see what the solar system does.
Okay. Did I get my 3 points for up there as well?
for.
So did we confirm whether it goes?
I don't think you do.
Oh, so it's that's the consolation prize.
Yeah. I think the first player to do it gets that.
Yeah.
Every other player gets that.
That's right. I got my points for going there. And I got my bonus card as well. Yep. Might as well spend 1 credit to take all 3 cards from the card row.
Just take them.
Yep, draw all 3 cards because again, it's one of the alien.
Oh, he's one of the alien ones.
Yeah, one of the alien ones, which are more powerful.
OP.
And whilst I'm at it, I'm going to spend. Sec. I'm going to spend that and 2 power to shoot this probe out to Neptune, getting me
2 publicity.
2 publicity as I go. Thank you very much. So they burn, and that burns.
Right. I think if I have done this correctly, and I might not have done, but I'm going to scan. So it's 2 energy and a credit. So the first scan is going to be from Earth, but wiggled to the head.
Yep. Using the technical term.
Right, wiggled it a little bit. Then I'm going to scan from a card, and it's going to be the black card. This is a black sector.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
That one burns.
Burns. Placed. Then I'm going to spend 1 publicity to scan from Mercury, which is there.
Getting you 2 points.
2 points. And then finally, I can throw a card away from hand
Scanning that.
to scan in that sector. I mean, I don't think these are actually going to do much, but yellow, throw it away, scan here, get 2 points. Because now I've got loads of data. And I think that's it. I scanned and did loads of stuff. So, yeah, happy with that. Tell you what, I possibly could have got 8 cards. Get 6.
I'll do 3 actions to place my data. Which lets me tuck a card. I'm going to tuck that.
Yeah, I'm going to do some free action stuff while
For
we're.
a few reasons. Get credit. Then. Just now trying to work out the best way of actually getting some points.
Okay. Resolve the yellow sector. Yellow sector. What yellow sector? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's full. Thank you. So I get here.
Yep.
That stays there. House rule put some one in there. Fill this with little sweeties. And then what do I get? So what's that? Do I get that now? If you win a sector, you get 1 publicity per player in the game. Is that right?
Yes.
What it looks like?
That's what I need to do then. I've just took the card that lets me do
It's a
it.
winning sector.
In fact, they've all got that. Have we been missing something?
Yeah, we've been missing.
Yeah, what have we been missing when you win a sector? There's a little icon and I don't know what it is. Nobody said anything. Or if they have, we missed it. So...
Oh, everyone gets a publicity and the winner gets a pink piece.
So every player.
I think it's going to say everyone involved in it.
I think we've been forgetting that.
Yeah.
I think we have. Oops.
Yeah, Paul gets to place the pink signal, which is the easy part. It's
So there is a benefit to being in there
Yeah.
and not getting. I was
If
wondering
anything,
what the
yeah.
benefit was
Yeah.
for allowing somebody to finish off.
yeah,
Yeah, I think-
everyone that contributes gets 1 publicity.
So everybody who contributed gets 1 publicity.
I think
We can fix this
Oh yes, because we know how many have been.
because you mostly did 1, but Chris finished it off.
Yep.
There
Yep. I completed 1 here,
was who else was in there.
green. So it's Chris.
So
again.
that's that again.
Over here, we've just done this one now.
So I get 1
and I get 1.
and you got 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we fixed
those
it.
are, yeah, those are only 3 that we've completed so far.
Right, so when a sector is fully scanned, everybody who contributed gets the publicity. Thematically, that makes sense.
Quick catch.
Okay, right, so we've done that,
Yeah.
and then I get to place a thingy what's it trace.
Thingy what's it?
A pink one. And I have a plan, it's here.
Mm.
So it's 2 points. And I can take that card or that card. Do we take an unknown? I don't know what these cards are. I'm just going to take that one. And then regret it when this next one is... No, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's good. That wouldn't have helped me. So, I think we're right. I think we're done. We fixed it.
So that was your turn, wasn't it? Yeah, because you completed this one
That
here.
was... Yes, that was me fixing what should have happened at the end of my turn. And then I was doing 3 actions while Chris was taking his turn.
Yeah.
So you might be finished.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I placed and then yeah.
So it's your, so
Did
it's
a free action
it's
and
your
then-
action now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to get some publicity, so I can get another tag. So let's just moving around is going to be the easiest way to do that. And then to be realistically a Neptune, potentially. But Bob's already there, so it's probably still the one's worth most points if I don't let its move. Well, those Jupiter ones are pretty juicy. So let's spend, while it's there, let's spend 1 free action to go to Mars, which gets me a publicity. Another one to go onto that comet, which gets me, and then another one to land on Jupiter, which should be 6 if I counted correctly.
It is 6.
It is, yeah. Right, and then I'm going to use my main action to spend all of that.
To rotate yellow,
And I'm going
Have
to
a deck.
take this one.
which gets you 1 energy. You can now land on the moons.
Yeah. I feel that's my best way of actually getting some more victory points.
Yep. I'm going to spend 6 to
Rotate orange.
research this one, which gets me an immediate 3 VP. Pop it down there. As a free action, I'm going to stick that there for 2 VP. Wait, please, that there for a credit. And that there to tuck this card under here, getting me another credit. Back to you, Paul.
I'm going to put these 2 bits of data in there. Gets me 2 points. And then we are going to spend some energy. And we're going to run the computer again. Which gets me a blue thing. And we'll go here. Which is 6 points. And I get a publicity and a data. Data, publicity. Okay. It's done.
Is this
That's 2 points.
I'm going to do some free moving around again. I should have just done this the easy way last time, but it's going to be the way of getting loads of points. So move there for 1. And spend another 1 to move on to Neptune for 1, which gets me a publicity.
Did we forget to do this?
Yeah, you should get 4 points.
I should get 4 points. Yeah, because Earth has moved to here.
So I've got one of those.
Chat's probably telling us.
And then
Yep.
I'm going to spend my main action to land my probe from Neptune onto Triton.
Should have allowed it first. Yeah, should have seen you doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
26 points.
I
1, 2,
didn't
3.
move there and move to Jupiter because I assumed that's what you were going to do
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your
I
turn
should've,
anyway. And then when you
yeah.
didn't, I was like, that's my way
So-
of getting a turn.
Exertion card if you want to play
No,
one for
I
credit.
don't think I've
And
got
you must
any
claim your
of these.
3rd and final goal.
So I guess I've completed a mission, so that's going to be worth.
Some points.
Yeah.
14
Although I've got
up
2
on
pairs of techs now, so that's actually good tech.
14 if right.
Fifth round's quite long. Then again, I was
Yeah, but
passing early to
yeah,
save
you've
cards.
got a lot of cards and resources.
Yeah.
at that point. Okay, I'm going to spend 3 cash to gain 3 VPs for each money card I've tucked. So that's 6 VPs. And then I get to tuck it under,
Which gets you a credit.
which gets me a credit back.
So if I scan again, I mean that's just 3 points. But I think I'm going to do it. I think it's my best thing. So 1 credit, 2 energy. So we're going to scan first from Mercury. So I spend a bad publicity, playing there or no? Spend a publicity to scan from Mercury, which is this. Okay, that's that done. Then I'm going to scan from one of those cards. I don't know whether I'm trying to complete something here. Or not. There's no black there. I've no black in it, so I can't get to here. Blue, I could. But is that gonna trigger by the end of the game? Possibly not. Okay. So what have I done? I've done the Mercury one. That's all I've done. I will do the Earth one next, and we will scan here. Because that's 2 points. So I've still got the card from there and the card from hand. So if I did both here, I'd win this. But winning it's just 3 points. It's not that amazing.
You're not on this one, so you're not getting your...
No. There isn't red up there, so I can't get this one. But again, that's 3 points as well. This is the one I want to win. But I can't get it. Can't get black. Sure. Let's just take this one. Oh, I can't. I haven't got yellow in hand. I have red in hand, but there's no red over there. I could do this one. Okay, so I'm going to throw a card away from hand, which is this. Scan red. So I scan red. That goes on there. So that's going to be completed at the end of my turn. And then finally, blue or yellow. Blue or yellow. Let's choose... Oh, yellow. 2 points. Which is that one. So that one goes... That one goes. Right, lots and lots of scanning. And then this completes... You get that. So, well, we both get a publicity, as we now know from the rules. And then you get a pink trace.
Need money, so sort of 3 bit. If I take this, no, it's just the card ones, and then you get to take cards. It's a bit of a pain. Just got there, then 5 VPs and a credit. Okay, so it's my turn then, isn't it?
Oh yes, because that was
Oh.
not.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me.
That was Paul completing.
That was me scanning. Yeah.
That's where Earth is. So let's do that then, I think. So 2 credits and a. Don't actually need those cards. So 2 credits and 2 cards. I'm going to turn into 2 energy.
Yeah.
I'm going to scan.
For 2 energy and a credit.
Yeah, so 2
Okay.
energy and a credit.
So Earth.
Yeah.
A card from the display.
So let's do the red one again.
So
Start
here.
that one and
Yeah.
go there. Yep.
And then if you spend a publicity, you can scan from Mercury.
Which is where currently there.
Okay, that one.
Is there any?
Gets you another piece of data if you need that piece of data.
I guess it could get me another trace somewhere if that's going to be no, because I don't, because I've got those already. So, that's not no.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, so you complete Barnard Star again.
Yeah.
So you've done that.
Yep.
You get 3 points.
Green gives me points. Green and
You've
purple.
caught up a lot.
Green and purple get a.
Purple is
Yeah.
second.
Triton.
Oh, and we both get a publicity.
Triton gave you that boost. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely did. Yeah. That was
it.
what's yeah.
Pulled you back into the game.
I'm certainly pleased you didn't go for it.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself because I should have. But, nay mind, it happens.
You cost me another couple of fuel by
Yeah.
energy by not, but essentially
I'm
a roundabout way.
going to spend a free action to convert 2 cash to a energy. Spend 2 energy to land on Neptune. I'll land on Neptune itself.
You land on Neptune, you get 3 data, 10 points. You're on 109, and you get a yellow trace.
3 days of plus.
Scanning the red sector does not give the reward the first time.
I didn't.
Oh, is that just the first time?
I was just.
I mean, no. I think if you place a thing, you get the publicity, and then you either go there or there.
There's a win in a sector of this colour, not the first win in the sector of the colour.
Yeah.
We'll just check the.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Right, so then I'm going to stick a yellow one. I'll stick it here. Take 4 more VPs, please.
4.
4 more. And I'll take this card at random from the top of the deck.
So you don't like the look of the other one then?
Completing a sector.
Publicity is always different.
Yeah.
Someone else has said.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
Yeah.
from what you read off
Okay,
the sheet,
cool.
that sounds like what is.
Me?
Yes.
I've got 5 of this publicity stuff. And there's no way I'm going to play that card, so I'll get rid of it for 1 publicity, and then I'll spend 6 publicity to rotate. Has Earth arrived at an anomaly? No. And what am I going to take? Well, I don't have this one. I don't think I have that one. No, I don't have that one, so I get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. 101.
It was from this red sector that I took the pink trace for being here, not that red sector, which is why I took
Yeah.
a trace. It
You
was
took
off
the trace
that
for
I,
that one on my
I
turn.
completed 2 red sectors in Orwell in close succession.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I just spent 6, researched a thing, got a thing.
Back to Kristen.
So I think that I'm going to use a free action to place these 2 datas, and then I'm just going to swap 2 credits for an energy and spend that to analyze the data. So that all goes away, and I'll get
You get a blue trace.
trace.
Where do you want it?
'Cause I think that's my way of actually getting something. But how many of these have you played? 2.
I've played 2, and I also have 9
Yeah.
danger.
Danger wall.
Yeah,
Danger,
but if I
danger.
place to get too many points, I'm going to have 9 as well. Let's go there 'cause it's still 4.
4 points.
Yeah. It's going to do me any good.
So I'm hoping one of you two is going to get it in the neck on that. Could be decisive, maybe about 10 points.
It could.
But there's some high scoring cards there.
There are.
We shall see.
We shall see. Okay.
Back to me. So I'm going to. We say that these cards count as cards in all ways, don't they?
These do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to burn 2 cards.
Yep.
Take an energy. These 2 into there. Spend an energy. Complete a
Place a blue trace.
laser blue trace. Pass them back to the user. Thank you. And said blue trace will be to stick on. Taking a card. So it's 3 points, 3 points, or I risk 4 points in a data, and maybe increase my multiplier there. I'm going to stick technically.
I think you are pretty safe there,
Yeah.
based on the fact
Yeah.
that you've only played 1 exertion card.
Yeah. I'm going to go here
4 points.
for 4 points.
And a publicity.
And a
And a
publicity.
data.
And a data. Data, please. Thank you.
Right. Me?
Yes.
Well. I've got 2 data and I need 3. How do I get a 3rd data? I scan. But I don't have the energy or the credits to scan. But I think we can do something shenanigans. I can put that there. That allows me to tuck a card. And if I took a card that has
I took the wrong
an
colour.
energy
Chat's
on it.
right. Tomorrow.
Oh, chat's right. Okay.
Back.
It's pink, wasn't it? You...
No, it was the blue trace for this, and I put it
Oh.
on a pink one because I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
paying
Thank you,
attention.
chat.
But I can
Thank
do
you,
it
Gary.
and just end up with 1 less point anyway. So let's just go there.
I saw that and I got an energy.
Gets
Right.
me a rep and 1
I
less.
still
point.
can't do the thing. No, I'm still a data short. How did I work this out? There was a thing that I was going to do that gets me a data. But the only thing that gets you data is scanning or playing a card. Help. I thought I'd been clever and I thought I'd be able to work this out. I want to run my computer 1 more time.
You need 2 more, need 1 more data, don't you?
And I need 1 more data.
Some rewards from here got you data, some landing on the planets. If you haven't got them, that's where most of them have been coming from. So,
How was I going to do this?
yeah, it's either scanning or.
Chris should take a blue trace note.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
why I
fixed it.
just
All right, okay.
retconned. Yeah.
I thought it just appeared. It didn't. Right. That's no good. Exchange 2 cards for energy and do a scan. Or exchange 2 cards for a credit and do a scan. Was that it? That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was absolutely it. I knew I'd worked it out.
Because that's a card.
Sort of.
and the
So 2 of those is a credit,
other ones.
and then a credit and 2 energy is a scan. Right. So we're scanning from. Is there a black card up there? Please tell me there's a black card up there. No.
Blues and yellow.
Where's Mercury? No. Why is everything in the wrong place?
Uh,
It doesn't matter. I'm doing it to get the data. So this is fine, he says. So we will scan here.
It's
Cause
just
I-
fine.
cause I
It's
can.
back through gritted teeth.
Okay, so we'll scan. There you go. That's the Earth one done.
Yep.
Then I'm going to do I can't do the Mercury one because I don't have the publicity, right? And I can't do the card from hand because I don't have any cards in hand.
So you can either do a blue
So
or
now we
yellow.
do blue or yellow.
So that won't achieve.
I don't think anything's going to achieve
No, nothing's going to get you
anything. Is anything going to get me points? No. So we'll go. Oh no, points. Oh, that's red.
That's red.
We'll go here. Which is blue, so we'll get rid of that one. Which goes there. Which goes there.
There's
Right.
the black one.
Oh, yeah, it does work. I was going to say, now that I've got the data, I don't have the energy. But actually, I've got that one there.
Just that one more you need.
Just
You've
that
got
one.
3. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah. So
Right
then
down to the wire.
it's bump, bump, bump.
So that's
4 points.
4 points.
So my next turn, I will do that, and that'll be the last thing I do.
There's no additionals really passing the last turn of the game, is there?
No.
Cool.
I've only got 1 credit, so I can't really do anything. So
Buy an ice cream?
definitely passing. Yeah,
Cool.
buy
I'm gonna
space
buy
ice
these
cream.
They're as
three
much
here.
as an observatory. So.
I get 1 publicity and 4 victory points, just replacing these markers here. These things worth anything at the end of the game?
No, don't think so.
Cool. I've got nothing to tuck, so I will. They will take a credit, but I don't think there's anything else I can do now. So as my actual action, I will pass.
Spend the data, run the computer, place a blue trace. So 3 points. 3 points.
1, 2, 3. Is that it?
Right. So what
Okay,
happens?
Right. So that doesn't have any end-game scoring. So with that one's
End of game. Players score points for any end of game scoring cards they have. None of us played an end of game scoring card.
no, I had a few, but
I decided. Gold scoring tiles. Okay, so the first one, I get 22 points because I have 2 full sets.
Okay,
So 22
Nice.
put me on 130.
I get 8 because I have
You
1
have
set.
1 full set.
I
29.
get
Chris.
5 because I've got 1 full set as well.
Okay, next scoring tile.
So Chris,
Chris.
you get 8. So
How many things in orbit? You have 2
1.
things in orbit.
And he has 2 scanned.
Oh,
2.
and 3 on planets.
Yeah,
But
there's
he
So
only
you've
had
got 5 things. How
No.
many wins have you got?
2.
2 wins.
Yeah.
So 16 points.
16. I get
Rob,
6 points of repair. I think I've also got 2 because I've definitely got 2 things on planets and
12
I've got
points?
2. Yep.
okay. Next one. Rob, 7 points for every 2 tanks.
21.
21. So 1, 2. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 3 sets, which is 15. Okay, and then finally 4 points for every completed mission.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry,
we
good
actually
on, Chris.
put some
Yeah,
points
sorry. I'm not going to win, but it'd be nice to get the points.
Right.
Okay, so that is the gold scoring tiles. And then some alien species may add 1 more scoring set.
Yes.
So I think Rob's won, even before I lose 10% of my points.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've got these though.
That's what these are for.
I've done both of these. I get 24, but then I'm going to lose a lot of
I
it.
get 14 because I managed to research at least 3 rockets.
14.
Yep.
I did the wrong sector card because I had the red one, which would got me 12, but I did that one, so that's 10 points because I have 3 things on Venus.
But we had I had a total of 6.
Yeah, I got loads. I got 19.
So what's your score? 18.
So I lose
You
18 points.
points.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go. Well played.
No, very well done.
Nice. Rob.
176, 163, 126.
Yeah.
So game's over, and I think we got it in the end. As first pass still causes a rotation in the last round. Oh right, okay. So whoever passed first would have rotated. But none of us were doing
didn't
anything
trigger
at
any
that
of them,
point.
So yeah, it didn't do
Anyway.
anything. So,
But thank you for that. That's good to know. Right now, as I mentioned at the start, this was not a sponsored playthrough video. So 2 things just before we finish. First of all, contest. Now you can't enter it right now because in order to enter the contest, you need to leave a comment on the video, which you can only do when the video is finished. So stick around for another 10 minutes, and then as soon as the video is finished, you should be able to leave a comment on it. And you need to fill in the form as well. The link to the form is in the description of the video, and the answers to the questions in the form are in this video and also in CGE's video that they put out on Wednesday. One of the questions, you need to go and watch CGE's launch video. You don't need to watch all of it, just need to watch the bit about SETI. And if you're a patron supporter, you get double entries into the contest to win a copy of the game. So we're now going to have a round the table discussion. Rob, it was your first game and you won as usual. Thoughts?
well, you know how I feel about these lightweight, fluffy games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my kind of game.
But is it heavy?
It's not heavy. There's a really fluid rule set, but it's my kind of resource control, action control, board, not manipulation, but the board is moving and in motion.
Yeah.
And if you can think and plan for it. So it resonates well for me. Multiple different paths to go for. I didn't scan a lot in this one, but I did some really good, sort of punch for some very high level landing. Got almost, didn't really go for that, but then didn't get the hit from it for the negatives. Really nice idea with these then opening the game up and sort of finding these unique little abilities going on. And yeah, these, but you've got these multiples here, so all kinds of things.
These are two-sided.
Yeah.
So you always use these 4 tiles, but it's random which
And
side of each
this
tile
is-
you use.
These will be random each time as well, so and they'll be random. So I think I can see a lot of replayability here.
There is.
This is a really solid game, and I'm glad I finally got a chance to play it. So
Chris?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think when I first saw this game set up, it scared me a little bit.
Okay,
because
right.
it looks like there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
And there kind of is, but it actually all works. Once you start playing it, it all comes together. Now, after playing it even only once, I don't feel like that about it.
Mhm.
It just looks a bit like, I suppose, busy maybe, but it's actually,
yeah,
it all kind of fits together. And then this moving around, and like Rob says, I didn't plan for it very well, but sometimes then you get things that have come around at a good time or not, and you think, it's not a good time for me to do this, but if I wait around, it might be.
so
thing.
someone might sleep in a Nicky
Yeah.
Moon up.
There was one
yeah.
particular time I was waiting because I needed to, whatever it was I needed to do. And I spent the energy and I went from Earth, I think, what was it? It was something like that. That. So I went from Earth, I had my little probe, and I went 1, 2 to Venus, 3, 4, 5. I was waiting for it to line up
Yeah.
You could
so that I could do
Yeah.
that, and at the cost of 5 energy, I could visit 3 planets, which did the mission, and then
Yeah.
went in orbit. And that was just a case of working out where it was going to move and waiting for the opportune time,
Yeah.
because those asteroid belts got in the way.
I mean, earlier on it was interesting. I think because a good example at the start was, there's 8 actions. What do I do? In fact, you go, well, no.
Well,
At the start of the game,
yeah, start of the game,
there's-
there's like 3 or
there
4.
was
Yeah.
there were
Yeah.
3 things you could actually do. And I think that's sort of, it goes and it opens up. But
Yeah.
and
So in terms of all of the new games that you've played that came out last year, because you
Yes.
played a lot of games that came out last year?
yeah, mainly courtesy.
Yeah. But where does this sit?
This ranks very near the top. I think it's.
What is your number 1 game from last year that you played?
Trying to think.
Okay. While he's thinking, Chris,
I know the answer. The last time you asked
Yeah.
me this, and I said I didn't, but
you do.
Civolution's my favourite from last year.
Okay.
This, if I played it a couple more times, Shackles and Base, the one from last year that I
Yeah.
also really enjoyed. I think if I played this a couple more times, I would like it as much, if not better.
So it's up there.
Yeah, definitely.
This might be pushing itself into that territory because I think a lot of the games I played last year, I missed out on a number of the really big popular ones. I haven't had a chance to play Shackleton Base yet.
Okay.
Civilization was I liked it, but it's maybe I found it a little bit too random.
Okay,
Whereas
yes. This doesn't have the input randomness of the dice.
This has almost that perfect balance for me.
Mhm.
It's heavy enough that my brain's firing all cylinders, but it's not so heavy that I'm feeling that I'm exhausted
Yeah.
afterwards, or it's dragged on for 4 hours because you're with someone who's making a dither choice.
The thinking spots of how much brain power you need to put in to be able to work out how to do what you need to do is there.
Yeah.
And it's at the level that I'm comfortable with. If I had to go more hoops, I wouldn't be able to
I
go with
want to see this with 4 players.
Yeah.
Partly to remove, partly to
Yeah.
keep this more active, partly to remove
Yeah.
them being auto triggered.
So, as lots of people in the chat said, very, very common house rule is with 3 players, you just put a dummy player marker in the right hand space,
It just
and with
reduces
2
down
players
the
you
number.
do.
Yeah.
So many people have mentioned that
Yeah.
as a variant. I don't know, Thomas might be able to confirm or deny. Is there anything in the expansion? Is that going to be added as an official variant? Because I'm probably never going to play it without now. And so many other people use that rule.
I can see, because it was just taking so long to just cause a scan to
We
trigger.
were on round 3 and nothing had triggered.
Yeah.
But we were spreading out a bit. Normally you can try and focus on a particular place.
It's interesting. So.
When you're seeing it with randomness, like almost having cards that count as a resource and then are actually multi-use for pretty
Yeah.
much everything, is always kind of allowing you to get
Something.
stuff if you need it. Maybe not all of what you need,
this-
but it really, that kind of helps alleviate that a little bit as well,
And
doesn't
this
it?
this multi-use of the card.
Yeah, it's great.
So many options were there.
Yeah.
The immediate, the income, the action, the trigger up here.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant use
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
of the card as a way of controlling it. Yeah, but no, you got the privilege to always do the exchanges and everything. It just ties together.
I mean, the other things about this game that it has going for it is this is a quality product.
Yeah.
CGE, full disclosure, I'm friends with most of the people at CGE and I worked for them for about 10 years. I had nothing to do with the development, design or playtesting of this game whatsoever, but the team that worked on it is a very solid team. So everything about this game, from the production quality with the rewood, because this isn't plastic, this is rewood.
Really nice pieces.
The graphic design is almost perfect. The one thing that's weird is that these tokens were printed the wrong way around, so they don't match the space that they're on. It's totally minor and it doesn't bother anybody except
you.
Except me. But yeah, from an artwork point of view, the artwork is gorgeous. Every single one of these cards gives me the fuzzies, right? Because I like astronomy, I like anything to do with hard sci-fi, and most of these cards, they're all real things. And all of this is artwork. Every single card is unique, and the thematic integration of what the effect does compared to what the card is and what that card is known for, it just all fits.
That what
And I love the artwork in this
you
game.
saying that has reminded me about something that I played recently that had so much unique artwork things and then thematic actions that came off the thing tied in with it, and now I can't remember what that game was, but it is great when you do that and don't just have like a random load of like space telescopes, probes and stuff that just do something
generic.
random.
I mean, some of it's obvious, like Venus
yeah.
flyby, 2 movement points, and if you visited Venus, you get 3 points. So that's obvious. But there's other ones as well, which, the effect of them really fits in very well with what it is. So from that point of view, I love the iconography, I love the graphic design, I love the artwork, I love that. Where does this sit in my favourite games of last year? I've played this 3 times now. Every single time I've played it, I've loved it. Absolutely loved it. This is my number 2 favourite game of last year. Civolution was something special. This is probably a better game. But I enjoy playing Civolution because it's so much fun. And it's enjoyable. This was fun, but on a slightly different level. So there you go, Thomas. I think this is probably a better game because it doesn't have the input randomness.
Yeah.
But I just enjoy playing Civolution. It's so much fun to play that this is just a very, very good game.
I will happily play this again, and this is getting added to my to-buy list. So definitely, I think my group, the ones that forge me in fire, will get a kick out of this one.
And the only downside is the scaling for fewer than 4 players, which, if I'm honest, feels like a bit of an oversight because as soon as people got the game, the first time they played it with fewer than 4 players, they went, "This isn't right." It was apparent to everybody out there who was playing it, especially all of the people who took it home and played it at 2-player and went, "We've got to the end of the game and none of these have ever triggered. We're doing it. What's wrong?" So it's Now, did Thomas say that he's gonna? There can be some signal tokens, quick start cards. There can be some signal tokens that players put into sectors. Okay, and Gary has said yes. Signal tokens, a subtle but meaningful new mechanism that enhances scanning efficiency. They've fixed it in a different way,
by just allowing you to focus.
so
more.
time will tell whether that's enough, and we don't then need to do anything. But it might be that we just reduce them anyway.
I'll definitely play it with this new expansion, see what it brings into it.
Yes.
But,
And with the aliens, you don't even know. The player who's setting up the game doesn't know what they are. You shuffle them, you pick 2 at random, and you put them face down. So I've played with that one, which is real. This is actually real. This is the first extraterrestrial object that ever entered our solar system. So this is real thing. The others are not real. I played with that one. This one's really cool. This is signals. So when this one is discovered, you put tokens on the track, and I think you send a signal off, and then in a certain period of time it comes back or something. That's quite cool. This one, I've no idea, but it's a bug with this. Yeah, so get Starship
actually, that's
Troopers
something
involved.
else. The whole dropping, as these reveal, these dropping in and sort of creating new
Little mini games.
scoring, triggering. Yeah, that's a really nice idea.
Yeah.
But it didn't
just very cool.
complicate the game. It wasn't an, oh no, what are we going to do now? It's like, oh, it just locks in additional scoring points that are just going to trigger organically as you continue to play.
Because you've got a bit of jeopardy with it as well. You can't just be like, "Oh, I'll just put them all down." and then hopefully complete them.
Yeah.
You actually have to think about
Because
am
you've
I
actually
going
got to make sure they score.
Will it be worth it? Yeah.
But there's the balance of if you know you're going to get it, just go all in and go. So yeah, I'm going to lose 10%. But if I can add in,
That's what I was trying to do.
more, yeah, you're going to add in more than you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Absolutely what I was trying to do. And I was very, very close. I got 7 tucked cards in the end. 7. If I'd have really pushed it, I could have got 8, but I would have had to do different things. All I needed was 1 probe, launch it, go to Mars, land on Mars, tuck another card. That would be 8 cards. 8 cards, 18 points. Which for me would have been 16 points because I'd have lost another 2. And that one was 5 completed missions that I went, no way. Well, I think I got 4 in the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these cards are really hard to do. But
Yeah.
the points that you get from them is huge.
Yeah.
Whereas this one didn't have any end of game.
But these were
But
really
this was
nice.
all powerful cards.
Yeah.
Those are just more powerful versions of the standard
I was
card.
not getting the points.
Yeah, I mean, I got
time to be
4 of
able
them,
to-
so
yeah.
2 or 4, 3 of them. They worked really nicely.
Yeah.
I didn't play that many cards with their abilities. Most of mine were played for the other elements.
All right, okay.
Yeah, cashed in, but it
Well,
worked.
you've got quite a lot of
yeah.
powerful
With so
ones that you
many
did.
unique cards, and you can get all sorts of combos.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just great. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thumbs up from all of us. And, yeah, this is...
In the question I ask about everything, does it have a solo mode?
It does have a solo mode. Now, I've not played the solo mode, but I was asked this last time I played, and I think the solo mode is a bit much for me,
Okay.
just because it's that, and that, and that, and that, and that.
Right.
So straight away, 5 pages. Some people have said I'd be okay with it, but 5 pages for a solo mode,
Yeah.
and I've never played it, so I don't know. I've not even read this. I'm just looking at it, and I'm thinking that's a little bit too. It's outside my comfort zone.
Card driven.
There's objective tiles and there's cards. I've got them somewhere.
Yeah.
But there is a set of objectives, and it says skip this section if you're playing on a 1-star difficulty. So there are different difficulty
Yeah.
levels. You might not need to have that. And there's a rival action deck. But for
Okay.
me, Lost Ruins of Arnak solo mode, comparing it to another popular CG game, is great.
Yeah.
Flip a card over. It says put a worker there and take the rightmost artifact. Done. That's a nice, easy solo mode for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess the solo mode in this tries to replicate another
Yeah.
player,
Yeah.
which means you end up with flowcharts and decision trees and things like that. But yeah, there you go. Right, we are all done. So thank you very much to everybody for watching. Especially thanks to Gary, Thomas, and everybody else who's been helping us with some of the rules questions along the way, because without that, we'd have been getting a few more things wrong. But I hope I hope it's been enjoyable, and if you've not seen the game played before, I hope it's given you a good idea of how it plays. Just remember, this was not a sponsored video, so I didn't bother with any like camera zoom-ins or anything like that I would have normally done. And yeah, if you want to support me and help me carry on making more videos, patreon.com/gaming rules. Tomorrow, as voted on by Patreon supporters, because Vicky's out for the day, I'm going to be doing Marrakesh solo in the morning. And then I'm going to be doing Terraforming Mars solo with the new Automa in the afternoon, which I'm a little concerned about because I think that might be a bit complicated. But we'll find out. So that's what's happening tomorrow. And then Sunday, for those people who don't know, Sunday is May the 4th. So it's Star Wars Day. And we're going to be playing Star Wars Rebellion first thing in the morning at 9:30 for about 3 or 4 hours. And there'll be other Star Wars related videos during the day as well, but some of them will be Patreon only. So if you're a Patreon supporter of mine, you will be getting a message on Saturday, Sunday, about the extra bonus streams that we will be doing. But that's it. 4 days of streaming. Busy, busy, busy. Thank you very much to you two for joining me. Thank you to everybody for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.